Okay. We appear to be live. We are going to pause this and go with that. Okay. We should probably mute this in a minute here. Okay. Now people can listen to me for however long. It's going to sit in the background. I'm not even going to look at it. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, who knows? A little background echo from the speakers there. That's not too bad. It's not bad as a test. All right. Got a thing going. All right, I'm going to switch back to my and then we do an audio test. 1, 2, 3, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, darling.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awake and live. By the way, you are live on the interwebs as we speak.
Oh, lovely. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm just putting on my clothes.
Because I don't want to have to switch back and forth between different computers to switch things on and off. So screw it. You've gone live.
That's fair.
Every word we say is being relayed to the masses. I have not put anything on other than my T-shirt because I'm the moderator. I'm going to disappear. I'm not a performer.
But look.
Ooh, hey, you got one of them sergeantry belt buckles, eh?
I found it at Value Village.
You're kidding.
Nope. Not kidding. It's not a sergeantry belt buckle. It's somebody else's mass-produced weirdness. But it's mine now, so.
It might. No, I think we got Corey's back.
It's not. It was on a commercially produced Indian leather belt, and I was like, that is not an SCA belt.
Okay.
I found it at Toulouse, and I paid $3.99 for it, and I don't mind. I've just posted the order of go to my musicians. I am just waiting to hear back that they are okay with what we're doing, and Wolfston says he's just getting home, so.
Yeah, well, packages did not get dropped off to anybody in the Lower Mainland. I have a car full of packages to drop to people in the Lower Mainland. But
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I would happily do that runabout with you if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
Sure. Christmas Eve is good because I'll have a few packages to deliver to people as well.
I think we could do something then.
That would be fun.
All right.
Yay!
Yay! I'll be like Santa Claus.
We get to be like Santa Claus.
I have a belly full of jelly and
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the lines were from the "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" thing.
His belly. Oh God, what was it now? Jolly old elf. Yada yada yada.
Yada. All the yadas. All right, so let's put participants.
I have posted already a thing to the Lionsgate page, but I haven't put it anywhere else. So
I just put it on my personal. I
page.
just linked the YouTube on the personal, so that should be fine.
Okay, cool.
I don't care where people come to watch it.
Yeah.
Because there we go. Ha ha. God rest ye merry gentlemen. Let nothing you
dismay. See, we can't sing together.
Not really well. It is possible to do. We managed to get the three witches in sync once.
I'm amazed. I'm so looking forward to that performance. I cannot even tell you. Your evil glee about it has made me very excited for it. So we're going to be opening the social in 24 minutes.
Yep.
I would love it if you would take the time to flab on about Lion's Den doing the thing.
Sure.
and what classes and performances and things are coming up.
I think I could even load the Lion's Den. No, I can't load that. Can I load the Lion's Den schedule? Oh, I don't know. Hang on.
Even if you just have like the next 2 or 3 coming up so people know. I'm hoping people are going to be in a festive mood. I've requested my bards wear clothes and you know, be like...
That would certainly be good.
I mean, it's way more entertaining if they don't, but I got to go get a fur on because I'm chilly.
Hey, this is not an SCA event, so I don't have to go and worry about any warning.
Exactly. It's not an SCA event.
I don't want Google Docs. I want Google Sheets.
Would you? For a minute. I think I will wear mine.
Lion's Den schedule. Here we go. Yule in Sweden tomorrow. William Shakespeare's Christmas Carol, and then the beginning of January is Baroness Ula. Ooh la la.
Baroness what?
Baroness Ula.
Oh, Ula. Yeah, lovely.
From the Barony of Darkwood, Kingdom of the West. Oh, there's some interesting classes coming up.
Great. I want you to talk all about them.
Oh dear, oh dear. I guess I'm probably going to have YouTube open on my tablet so that I have a hope of moderating that. No, I don't know.
That's better. I'm wearing jewels now. It has my jewels on. I feel better.
Yes.
Or on beater would be good. And I should probably see if I can remember all the words to Gabriel's message. Hey, no, you don't get to. Oops, somebody just dinged me. Oh, okay. It will.
Hi, Cariel.
Nope.
Well, do you know where Jade lives, by the way?
No.
Okay. We're going to find that out because I've got a parcel for him that Julie seems to think I should deliver.
Oh. You can leave it with me if you don't feel like... I don't know where he lives. I have no idea.
I guess we'll have to find that out before Christmas Eve.
You could ask her.
I could ask her. She was supposed to write it on the box. I'm not entirely sure she did.
Okay, I'm going to let the group know that they can come in and chat.
I will let you wrangle your bards in the background. How's that? Oh, do do do.
A link to the YouTube thing. You did just post it, didn't you?
I did. I
Yes.
posted it on me and I posted it on Lionsgate, I'm pretty sure.
You posted it on the chat.
did just post it.
Ooh,
I did.
that's weird.
I posted it on me and I posted it on Lionsgate, I'm pretty sure.
Hi, Gala.
Posted it on the chat.
That's your voice.
No, but Gala's there too.
Yeah, but she's offline.
Oh, okay.
She's...
Is there a link? I'm trying to copy it, and unfortunately, it's talking at me. So hang on. Well, it's a problem. I'm gonna mute myself.
Talking at me, so.
Mute, mute, mute. Ha, good, that worked. Okay, Facebook CLID. Jesus Christ, it's gobbledygook. I need a simple link.
Usually I right click or copy it.
Oh, right click from Facebook, but it gives me a Facebook link ID.
Oh, I don't know.
Copy link address. I'm just going to try that. Let's go there. Let's plug that link address in, paste. Yeah, it's still just Facebook fucking gibberish. They add like 900,000 things to it.
Now I gotta go in and edit it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. I will remind everyone. Hey, by the way, we're live. Sorry, baby.
No, I don't. I didn't flag it as kids, so we're good.
Oh, okay, good. What a relief.
So let's try and moderate our language somewhat.
Paste.
No, wait, I've already got that open. I sent you the link. Would it help?
Yes, if you send it to my messenger, would help a lot. My hero.
I'm doing what I can.
Ignore the angry face. That's just me being an idiot.
No. You've never been an idiot, sweetie.
Okay, good. I've shared both of those to my personal page now. That should work. How about we take no action? My phone is trying to download stuff to my computer, and I'm like, not right now, buddy, not right now. Okay, I'm tuned.
Oh, Godfrey, you're asking the weirdest question.
What kind of
local
questions?
Any local sources for sword length rattan?
Oh.
Oh my god, I know some period music.
Oh.
What's uh-oh? What's gone wrong?
We got to stop playing Silly Bugger now.
Oh, were we playing Silly Bugger before?
Yeah.
Who's here?
The Jazzy.
Jazzy! She needs to turn on her mic.
I do. Did I?
You did.
Phew.
Have you decided on which pieces you'd like to perform for us tonight?
Is anyone else doing the Coventry Carol?
No one else is doing the Coventry Carol as of yet. Aoife has not told me what she's performing, so I will put you down for Coventry Carol. You do have 2 slots if you want them.
Awesome.
Damn it, I was going to do Coventry Carol.
Seriously?
Serves you right for going AFK.
Shit.
This is the problem with when I say that, and then they just say something. I'll tell you on the day of, and I'm like, okay. And you did put down period, Carol. That's all you said.
I did, yes. And I actually, for some reason in my head, this was like 2 more days from now.
Oh,
And
it is
then
in fact Saturday.
dawned on me yesterday. I was like, wait, no, that's tomorrow. Oh, crap.
Do you have a different piece you could do? It again, it doesn't have to be a carol. It can be just anything. If you
I'm
want to
sure I can.
if you want to hold off and read the room and see where we're at as far as
Yeah.
the
You could always do the Coventry Carol, and I could do any one of these other traditional Christmas carols for the harp.
Okay, cool.
okay, cool.
I'm just doing that one on my lyre and the one that's already pre-recorded. And,
Okay.
I mean, if we need stuff later, then that's fine too. But Jazzy has a giant book of stuff, so.
She does. Okay, I will put you down for Coventry Carol. I will put that down as the closing piece because that's what I had. I had you down for your period carol as the closing piece of the whole set.
Okay.
Okay.
Groovy.
Coventry Carol. Let me make a note of that.
Okay, I'm going in community.
Okay, thank you, Gayla. So, Jazz, I need you to tell me what you are going to do for either of your pieces. So when I introduce you, I can tell people this is what they should expect.
Okay. It starts in like 11 minutes.
No, the social starts in 11 minutes.
Oh, beautiful. That gives me at least 11 minutes to figure out what else.
Pick a piece you really like,
Okay.
rather than something you're playing for the 3rd time and go,
Binder 2, page 73. Do
I
it.
learned the Coventry Carol on the harp today. I'd never sung the song. I'd listened to someone sing it off tune 3 years ago. That was the extent of my Coventry Carol. So like
that is the history of my learning songs in the SCAs.
Right?
Yeah, except I mean, so few of them. Like the vast majority of singers that I've met in the SCA have really great senses of tone. It's not been something that I've struggled with.
Yeah, it's just
surprisingly,
like that
because
million.
yeah.
I do love the Holly and the Ivy.
I love the Holly and the Ivy too. Please
Yes.
do Holly and Ivy.
I love it.
I love that because I was going to have to step in with something brisk if we didn't have a good piece for the middle bit, you know? So if you'll do Holly and Ivy, that's nice and brisk.
Beautiful. I will do
Thank
the Holly
you.
and the Ivy, and then
Okay.
maybe I will do the Snow Beast.
Yes.
That's
Oh my
thematic.
God, yes. Snow Beast. Okay, so what I'm going to do then, I'm going to probably put you after Sigrid's. No, I had her down. Did I have her down twice? That would be dumb. That would be dumb. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep you where you are then. So you're going to follow Aoife, Snow Beast.
Mhm.
That's such
Awesome. The Holly and the Ivy is 3 chords.
a brilliant.
I can do that. And you guys have
Wonderful.
seen me in my new garb. I won a bid for this like stunning golden herb.
Well, go get it on. Go get in the geesh, girly.
I'm just gonna stop the video. Just
Okay. Well, I mean, thank you. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah.
And there was much dangings across YouTube.
I will be using my laptop. I just totally forgot about it. Maybe I'll even use my $2,000 recording system. What? Wait, am I still on? Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you are. We can hear you.
The next time you're over, post-COVID, you can check out my husband. When I started up my Patreon account and I got like my first couple subscribers, my husband went out and bought me a $1,500 microphone setup plus like all of the accoutrements attached to it and set me up with like a home studio in our walk-in closet.
How
Cool.
taken is he?
He's
Just
taken.
saying. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't get my assets, Sheree.
He has other assets.
I have my own assets, but it's broken now.
Jazzy, next time you're out our way, yeah, we've got a recording studio in our annex too. So I'm basically hoping that everybody I get to stay overnight for a billet that's a bard, I get to throw into the recording studio and get a tune or two out of them.
Oh, yes, do it.
Songs of Tir Righ, it kind of needs to be an album, right?
What was this about? I hear about a recording studio. Wait, what?
I live with a sound engineer, and we do recording stuff in our annex.
2 sound engineers.
Well, okay, I live with a movie sound engineer and a music sound engineer, so yes, 2 sound engineers. But we do have a full recording kit in the.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
Good to know.
Yeah, good to know.
We may have to talk.
Well, it's been like a project idea for I think 20 years for me to do a compilation album of some of the better, the real Zinger SCA performers.
Sure.
I know they did what was it called, Roar of the Lion, and I did not get in on that gig because they were down in Portland. But it's a great album, and I'm like, yeah, we need something like that. We should do that again. That should happen again. Maybe for An Tir's 50th. Maybe we'll get around to it.
Fair enough.
Hey.
Cool.
Oh, look, everybody's joining up.
I'm jamming out again. I'll be back.
Ho-de-do-do.
We're just gonna not have an undershirt since I can't find one.
If you didn't tell us, we wouldn't know.
Never happened. So I just front.
Just so everybody is aware, you're all live on.
Yes, on YouTube. We are in a larger platform. Not that anybody's watching it. Let me check and see.
Yeah,
2
Adina's
are watching. Yay.
Adina's watching it, and me.
Aw,
I'm watching it.
Hi, Adina.
So that in case
Hey,
something
Adina.
crazy happens.
Hi, Adina. I just said it. She heard me. I'm still typing it, just so everyone knows. This is fun.
All right.
I've never done a YouTube live. Okay, that's not true. I have, but it wasn't very good.
We'll see how good this is. We
It's
have
gonna be
no
awful.
idea. This is
We're gonna suck. It's
another
gonna be
experiment.
so lame. I have no idea what's happening at Sethrus's place, but it looks very interesting. Do we get some dances? We're gonna do some dancing?
Oh.
Where Mom and I are both working on sewing projects right now, so it's a little interesting. We're just paying attention to the conversation and sewing.
Okay.
Just as one does.
Did you guys see the order of go in the plan channel?
Yes.
Okay, terrific. You're on board. I have a couple of pieces named.
Gallery view.
I should edit that.
Actually,
Go to speaker view or gallery view?
Yes,
Go to
Marie.
gallery view.
I didn't realize this was going live to YouTube.
Oh, sorry.
I'm very nervous about having myself broadcast on YouTube. So
Okay.
before we start, would you please take me off?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You
What?
you can just turn off your video on your computer.
Between these, even
There's a
you know what?
there's a visual part to my performance. I'm just not comfortable being on YouTube. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go there.
Oh, sorry, sweetheart. How's that looking? I had to tap down the little corners, but okay, that's fine. Dee Dee,
Very special.
Very nice. Oh yeah, that's good. That will be great.
And I just need to put the little title on it. Yeah. So I told Brianna that I was skipping because I am not comfortable being on YouTube.
We're not either, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not prepared to go on YouTube either.
Okay, good to know.
There you go, puppy. Aha! In a house full of trim, I found one thread.
I am absolutely
I know it's a lot more preparation.
Hi, Con. And Wendy's there too. Yay. Hi. Hello, beautiful. How are you feeling? Nope, your mic's not on, sweetheart.
I may turn off my mic and camera because I have to eat my dinner.
Fair.
Oh, dinner.
Yes, this thing called food.
What?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Crazy talk.
Here,
Oh, just
I'm gonna come say hello.
to let everybody know, the a bard. Oh, hi, Plebin. A bard of An Tir has issued a challenge on TikTok to hear songs from other kingdoms. So I threw down the first two verses in the chorus of Brave and Bonnie Host before we did this. So I'm encouraging anybody who is a TikTok bard to get on there and answer her back. She's at Goblin Shorts is her handle, and she's a rapier bard. Anyway, she's really cool.
Quick check, sweetie.
Yes.
On your stream, are you seeing more than 4 people?
On my stream
Stream.
or on
On
Zoom?
the stream.
On the stream, I see 4 people, and a still picture for Gala.
Okay. So you're not seeing all the participants. Okay, thank you.
I see about 9.
On the stream or on the Zoom?
On Zoom.
Okay, Zoom is fine. It's the stream. It's the live stream that we're talking about because there are a couple of performers who are not comfortable with the live stream. So we're trying to make sure that we can edit so that they're not being broadcast because they choose not to be.
That's brilliant.
Why is that not happening? I have not the technical stability to do that or skills or whatever. That is all my man there, Mestre Jarret, or Gareth, as people have been calling him.
We're going to turn off the camera and eat for a while.
Okay, love you guys. Thank you for coming. I hope we entertain. There might be an open stage aspect after the performances are done. We'll see how long everything takes.
Bree, darling.
Yeah.
Do you have a general time of when I'm going to be performing? Like, give or take. I do have to put my baby to bed at around 7, so she takes about 15 minutes to put down.
If you are not ready to perform at your slot, then I will slot up or slot in. So it's all good.
Beautiful.
Thank you for letting me know, though. But I think you're going to be around then somewhere. Maybe we can get you to go before you put her to bed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to just tighten this gloriously tight forehead. Oh, yeah. I can, make it. Okay.
I see you, Carrie. Hello. Mariette, how are you? You can thumbs up. You don't have to talk. There we go. Oh my goodness, Juliana.
Wow. Pretty.
Juliana, that is stunning. You won that? That was one of the auctions?
It was one of the auctions. I got it for like $80.
Score.
Yeah.
Who made it?
Rosalind. Oh, and I haven't even put on the best part, which is these like hand embroidered and beaded and pearled sleeves.
Wow.
Like, each. Because this is my first attempt at,
I'm very happy that we're giving people an opportunity to get into, the clothes of our alternate selves, because I think that's something I think we've been missing. I mean, you can dress in garb any time, but it's hard to do so when there isn't a reason to do so, or there isn't like a motivation to do so.
Yep. Okay. I am going to.
Has everybody heard about the SCA Incorporated's photo challenge to have? So that what they want to do is they want you have until May 1st to send them a picture of yourself in as close to authentic. Basically, they want you to be able to look like you stepped out of a painting, or out of a period illumination or inscription of some kind. They've posted it to the SCA's main Facebook page. They posted it to the SCA website. I highly recommend going and taking a look at it. It looks like the coolest thing, and I am so keen. I cannot wait. The ears are everything, Mariette. Thank you. So I'm hoping that we get a lot of participation on that front from An Tir and Tir Righ. So yeah, go Lions, go Lions. Bring the lions out, bring the lions out.
Are you on TikTok?
Maybe a little.
So am I.
Awesome. You should follow me. I'm at Fili. Filidhe.
Ooh.
Can you share your TikTok handle in the Facebook page?
I could. That's something I could do. I never even thought to do that. I just started about 2 weeks ago. My sister's on it. She does mom talk and TikTok activism and that kind of thing. That's really cool. And so she kept sending me stuff, and I was like, you know what, I need to watch this. And then I lost 3 nights. Yeah, see, it's a thing. But the SCA it's actually a really good platform for us because it gives little snippets, and it can show what some of the things that we do. So I'm excited to do more there. Although it is really hard to get 2 verses and a chorus of the Brave and Bonny Host into 1 minute, as it happens. I like to play around with my rhythm a little more than I was used to.
What's your name for TikTok?
Filidhe. And it's pronounced Fili because it's Irish, and you ignore any consonant with an H after it. You just ignore it. It didn't happen.
Ooh, horsey.
Miles! Hi, Miles!
I am now following you.
Unmute myself here.
Hello. Well, we're being social, so you can.
Oh,
21 minutes to start. 25 minutes to
Whoa.
start.
Why am I upside down?
I don't know. Why are you upside down?
Nice hairdo.
Are you about to be struck by lightning, Miles?
Yes.
There we go.
What do you mean about to be?
Fair.
Do I have my tree on? I don't have my tree on.
You don't even have your tree on.
There's a tree on in the background there.
I see that.
I'm going to go turn it on.
Okay. That'd be great. A little Bardic lighting. Don't set it on fire. We don't need that.
Jazzy has a small person.
Oh my goodness, there she is.
Where?
How wealthy be? Nope, can't hear you. I do read lips, but I can't hear you.
She's adorable.
There.
Nope, still can't hear you. Hey, got a voice there.
You do?
Yeah, there you are.
Awesome. Here. How about
It's a
now?
mini-me.
That's better.
How about now?
Yep, still have you.
Is it better? Is it better or worse? Louder?
It's a little louder, but a little more sibilant.
Sibilant? So like not.
Sibilant?
Hissing noises. Hissing, shushing noises.
How's this?
That's good.
She has the smalls.
Where? Oh, I'm not even on that. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think you were on your mic. Nope.
Sorry, I thought I was muted.
No,
Oh,
no,
it's the
I'm
it's the
talking to
alfalfa
Jazz.
look.
We're trying to help Jazz with her mic issue.
It's the London look.
I feel like you're going next, which is okay.
A little foggy.
Hi, Phoebe. Hi.
She and I were playing the harp before now. She plays the harp better than I do, more often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got to think, for a little body, those strings kind of resonate right through it. It's a whole body experience. Good for her. My son's played the drum at 2 better than I ever have in my life, so.
She's so cute.
She takes after her mom.
All I
She
do
looks like her
is
mom.
post photos to Facebook all day, so feel free to like creep my Facebook and look at cute baby photos. That's all it is.
Yeah, those were some cute photos.
Does Mama get an? I gave John a 2-hour nap, an hour and a half nap, from 4 till 5:30ish, so that I could, from 6 o'clock onward, be baby free. What time is it?
6:08.
Okay, say bye bye, Phoebe.
Bye, Phoebe. Bye.
Bye.
Oh.
Tragic life.
She's like, this is where the fun is. Look at all the people.
It's true.
I need
You'll
more-
never take me alive. No.
Copper.
I wonder if I could use this.
Oh my god.
I'm seriously thinking about growing, not shaving off the COVID beard. I'm liking it.
Wow, that first. Oh my god.
Amazing.
This is my impression of Liam McBrennan.
She's incognito.
Oh, where's the whiskey at?
Where's the
Actually,
wood?
no. Oh, he's on the floor right now. I'll tilt the camera down so you can see. There's a wood.
Woodgie!
Woody Woods. Woody Budgie.
I miss that pup.
He
Hi.
is acting like no one loves him.
No love. That's like my baby.
Yeah.
So Nancy, did you like those things I made you?
Things you make me.
The pictures?
Yes, thank you. Those are great. You're obviously having fun with that program, whatever it is.
I had someone ask me to do 12 in one day.
Oh my gosh.
I managed to get them done.
I got confused by the things you made me because I've been receiving gifts in the mail and I'm like, I don't.
Jazz, if you want to know what I made, I'll show you. It'll be on my camera. I made that.
Nice.
Yeah, she's been doing these photo manips and portraits and things, and it's some really great stuff. Really, I like the filters. I like whatever it is you're using that's creating that kind of gritty, grainy look.
It's called Masterpiece, so it looks like you painted it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I made one for James Horse Molson.
That's very sweet. I still miss that horse every damn day.
Oh, did he?
He passed away in June.
I had it where the picture was perfect because he was just standing there in a thing of grass, and underneath I had the stairs going up to heaven, and then the gates opening up with the horse in the green pasture.
Aww.
Beautiful. Where did my hair elastic go? It's gone to the winds.
Cat stole it.
Anybody else going to the 24-hour Bardic?
Tell me more about this 24-hour Bardic of which you speak.
So the known world bard peoples, of which I do a 24-hour Bardic. So every kingdom hosts
hosts and or has an opportunity to host a section and or every time period. And it goes from our time, January the 29th at 4 p.m. until January the 30th at 5 p.m. And you can sign on or jump in anytime. It's kind of pick, pass, play. It's just like you show up and you say, I would like to perform, and then they put you in the line, and you could perform every single time it comes up to your name, or you could be asked to take your name out of the line. Yeah. Highly
That's
recommend
cool.
going in. They have really awesome stuff.
I'm gratified to hear about it. I've been struggling with the Facebook notifications for online events in particular, and people keep saying go to the Kingdom calendar, and I'm like, yes, I can do that, but this is a known world thing. It's not on the Kingdom calendar.
It is not on the Kingdom calendar. It is.
So,
it used to be on the SCA calendar of events.
I didn't know there was an SCA calendar.
SCA Zoom calendar of events is still a thing. It's called like SCA Entertainment Weekly, and every shire, barony, kingdom, whatever, anyone who's hosting anything on the internet that's available for all SCA members or public can put their event on SCA Entertainment Weekly. And Dry Burden Bardic kicked me out of my Thursday spot because I was too slow, and so that's why I stopped hosting every Thursday, because they have those dry burden bards. Anyway, good times.
Well, Jazzy, I'm putting together a schedule of Tir Righ online events. So if you want to book a spot there, we got lots of openings. So just let me know, and I'll pencil you in for something.
Wonderful. I will keep that in mind for the Shadlanes chat group that we've been deciding to build as well, Wolfston. So thank you for that. I appreciate knowing.
And if there's a gentleman in the SCA, Master Darian. Oh no, it's Darian. He is not on Facebook, but he has a compilation of every Bardic that is online. So I think he's got like 3 or 5 weekly just notifications, and he's happy to sign people up on his email notification list, so you can get an email, which is
very cool.
I don't get as many emails as Facebook notifications, which is very much.
I get more, but not by much. Speaking of online events and notifications, Tir, are you there? And can you talk about what's happening in Lion's Den?
I am here.
Yay.
Hi. How you doing? Lion's Den. Yes, Sunday nights. Lion's Den. A beautiful, actual, official online event now, with occasionally making it on the Kingdom calendar even. Sorry, it is, in fact, on the Kingdom calendar. But this, tomorrow, in fact, Sunday, will be a presentation about the Yule in Sweden. What happens when the SCA, Old Norse Heritage, and Christianity meet, by someone from Sweden, which is amazing. She lives in Kaid now, but so fortunately, so she's on the same time zone, because otherwise it would be awkward to have everybody up at 8 o'clock in the morning on this channel to watch it. But please hit the Barony of Lionsgate, and you will see the link there for Lion's Den, as it comes up every week in Barony of Lionsgate. And then the week after that, of course, the An Tir players are presenting William Shakespeare's A Christmas Carol.
So excited. I can't wait. I've heard
many
so
of us,
really fun.
a couple of us, 3 of us here on this screen will be performing in it, because we're nuts. And with a bit of luck, anyway, the playwright will be in attendance. So
wonderful. Who wrote it?
Ian Dreschler.
Oh, okay.
The same guy who did the Force Doth Awaken.
Right, yes.
Which I think I'm in trouble with Disney now for just saying that on YouTube.
Probably.
Oh my God, I'm demonetized from my non-monetary channel.
Durain's now the bad guy in Mandalorian Season 3.
Oh. Hey, no spoilers! No spoilers! Haven't watched the finale yet.
I don't have Disney Channel yet.
Really good.
Yeah, I know it's really good. Just shush about it.
That's all I'm
Okay?
saying.
It was miles.
So this is we're actually doing a technology test a bit tonight with live streaming a Zoom meeting, which is working. It's about 5 minutes behind now. I don't know quite why there's a lag there, but it seems to be about 5 minutes behind from what is actually I'm talking about, because I haven't even started talking yet on YouTube. But anyway, so that and we have permission to live stream the play, and we have license. That's the word I'm looking for, to live stream the play and spread it around for about a month.
Delightful. That's wonderful news.
Yeah. And you know, he can buy Christmas presents for his tiny Tim, I believe.
I'm going to jump in for 1 second with a conversation you guys were just having about different calendars and whatnot. You can also check out the Known World Entertainment Guide for stuff. They post everything every week about what's going on where and when.
Is that a website or a Facebook page?
It's a Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Known World Entertainment Guide on Facebook. Great.
Yep.
They post the Entertainment Weekly thing.
Oh, okay. So it's the same thing. Okay, cool. I'm thrilled that we're like starting to, after 50 years, getting coordinated on disseminating information online. What? I did have this conversation during my testing as courtier about from Lancer about Persona, and the conversation got very meta very quickly. Because my theory is that my persona is having this really, really great recurring dream.
Hello.
And y'all are in it. And I keep coming back to this dream because in this dream, I, as a learned person of my people, get to access the knowledge of the entire world through these tiny little magical devices. It's amazing. And I have to keep coming back and drinking in more knowledge. And yeah, so that's my theory about who we all are. We're all real people having really great dreams, and we're just in a shared dream time. I have yet to speak to an Aboriginal person from Australia about this, but I have a feeling it's like there's like a mesh there somewhere. The SCA dream time. Welcome to the dream. It was like a code phrase for a while. We used to say that, right?
Oh yeah.
Vivat.
Yeah, vivat the dream. May it live long.
Hearts and in poetry.
I knew you were gonna have to finish it.
I cannot do it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. We are 11 minutes out from our first performer. I'm so excited. I have no idea how this is going to work because never done this before.
Who is our first performer?
Our first, it's me. Hi. Oh. I'm our first performer.
Good. Good because you're here.
Well, yeah, I know, right? Following me will be, we have a performance from Sigridis. I wrote it down. Here it is. Larthrimóðir Sigridis Eriksdóttir, known as Gala. And she's got a recorded performance that she's going to share with us. And then we will move on from there. But the performers should know what order they're in. I did post them a list.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I guess I did not see that list.
It is not in the chat room. It's in the Facebook group.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. It should be posted to the chat room. Is anybody willing to cut and paste that? Because I will thank you.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, we have an edit to make. Jazzy is doing Holly and Ivy as her first piece. And Sigrid's final piece is going to be Coventry Carol. So those are the two that we know about for sure.
Okay.
Since I have 2 minutes, try not to swear or set anybody on fire. And anybody in the waiting room gets to wait in the waiting room. I'm going to go heat up my dinner.
If we're set on fire, then can we swear?
No.
Oh.
No. We're live.
Now we can say all the nasty things about Sheree.
No, we cannot.
Oh,
it's recorded.
Please.
It's
Please.
recorded. He'll have a record of it.
Please.
And then Miles. And then.
Okay, so
He will
Jazzy's
take a
first
most
one.
terrible and unexpected Rewenge upon you. He shall wreak
Oh,
his
good.
Rewenge.
So Jazzy's first one is Holly and Ivy,
Jazzy's first one is Holly and Ivy.
and Gala's second one is Coventry Carol.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
No problem.
Oh. Boy, I do like this whole personal assistant thing. That's pretty groovy. The power.
That's why you pay him the big bucks.
You know,
Ooh, oh, good.
That's a great reply. I say that line all the time. I joke about that all the time. The whole every time I do something difficult at work or something somebody's grateful for, I go, yeah, that's why they pay me the big bucks. You know, I don't get paid, but they don't need to know that. Jazzy, are you tuned?
I am tuned, and I switched my microphone over, and it seems to be working.
That's much better. Yeah.
Does it sound nicer? Okay.
It does sound nicer. It's a richer sound, less
yes.
sibilant with a cercerus.
Fabulous, darling.
Fabulous, darling.
Yes. I should change my name. I've changed my SCA name to the SCA name I always wanted but couldn't have, because I said, you know, whatever, I'm going to have it anyway. Because my family name is Laverick, which is an old English and French and I think Welsh name that all means one who gets up in the morning and sings, or of the lark. And I really liked Juliana as a medieval name. That was always my favorite. And my persona lived in 1240. Conveniently, there is a Parisian census in 1242 that has a Laverick in it. Juliana Laverick. The only one. So it was like, well, you can't be a real person, but I just won't be that one.
The second name I chose in the SCA was Brianna Cassia. And then I went through a whole period of, oh, well, you can't document that name. It's not documentable. It's not going to work, yada, yada. I was like, then I found documentation for Brianna. Except the documentation I found is a work of fiction.
Yeah.
Edmund Spenser in the Fairy Queen in Canto 6, Book 1. There is a shrill, strident woman named Brianna with one N, and I'm like, it me. And then they told me, no, that's a work of fiction and it's not documentation. And I'm like, but if he used, and they were like, no, sorry. And I went, okay, fine. And then I talked to Yago, because he has an absolutely encyclopedic memory, and he's like, I am absolutely certain that Brianna is a name used in England in this period. We will go. And he's like, does it need to be specific to your persona or to your period? And I'm like, early 5th century Ireland? No, we're good. It's a dream I'm having. And so he did find documentation. He was like, okay, so your choices are, you can be English/French, or you can be English/French, or you can be Spanish. And I was like, ooh, Spanish. And then I went, screw it, English, whatever. It's before 1600. I'm documentable. And my name passed. And then they send in my arms, which I have been using on my armor and weaponry since I was 16 and put armor on for the first time. And they went, you know what? It's not right. It's not going to pass. You got to change this one little thing. I'm like, go ahead, change the one little thing. Great. I'm going to paint it however I want since I have it.
Yep.
They're very forgiving. And I have registered arms and name, and now I've got a badge in because Elspeth Farr generously donated a whole bunch of, submissions. She went, I will pay for the submissions. You submit the things. I think she just wants more heraldry in. So she's serving it's Merry Christmas to her. Yeah. She's sneaky like that.
They have a full letter this month, I think, or will have, because it'll be.
That's the idea. Because last month was depressingly empty, and she went, no, not happening. Merry Christmas, Tir Righ.
It's funny that they objected to Brianna based on Spenser being a work of fiction, though, because I mean Spenser's period for a start, and you meet lots of people called Wendy, which is from a work of fiction too.
Yep.
Because no one was called that before Peter Pan.
Yep. No, it was made up.
Yep.
Like Jessica. Jessica is in the Bible, but nowhere else until like the 1900s.
Yep.
Yeah, but Tiffany is Roman, so.
Yeah.
Ballet, I learned it was period, but then banned by the king for like 200 years.
Yes, because you showed ankles, and that's scandalous.
Anyway. Like people just
They showed a heck of a lot more than ankles, sweetie.
Not until Napoleon though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because the modern ballet costumes were Napoleon's idea.
Mhm.
The war wasn't going well in Russia, and so to distract the French mob, he instructed the Royal Ballet to cut the skirts off the ballerinas' costumes.
And it worked.
And it worked. They were so distracted by naked thighs they couldn't pay attention to the newspaper.
Amazing. Amazing.
That's this Napoleon's version of bread and circuses.
Yep.
Naked dancers. Okay.
Vive la France.
Vive la France.
I want to Google it because I can't remember if it was late 16, early 1700s. So, oh well. Life's hard.
Late 16. Ballet is late 16.
Mm.
Okay.
I was thrilled to find that there was a almost period form of tango. There's a dance, a double dance that's like it's just pairs galliard, and there's tango-y moves in it, and I was like, that's amazing. Of course, it's Spanish.
Yeah. Some of the dance that was done, there's a lot of dance at ANS this past March, and some of them were very tango-like. So the massa dances and things.
I love that. I'm thrilled that we're getting over some of our that's not period nonsense, you know. Starting to go, hey, that's fun, do it again.
Yeah.
But that's not period.
All right. We are 3 minutes out.
Yeah, we have still 10 people.
Are you ready? Are y'all ready?
So ready. Have I told you guys what my 2021 plan is?
No. What's your 2021?
Okay, so I really love Thomas Ravenscroft because he's pretty sassy and fabulous.
You did tell me this.
Yes. And I wanted to learn some of his songs. So I went through, and there is some music here and some lyrics over here and some modernization of the lyrics so you can actually read them over here. And one guy's like, here's most of everything together, but not any of the music because we're not going to actually record it for you. That's ridiculous. So I've decided to go one by one and record every single Thomas Ravenscroft song. And I'm going to hit the first book, the Pomelia of 1609. And I'm 3 songs in.
Nice.
Wish me luck.
Jazzy, can you read 16th century notation?
Mostly.
Okay, because I have a source for you then. When I was doing my stuff for Kingdom ANS a couple of years ago, I came across the Digital Internet Archive of Medieval Music. And it's facsimile manuscripts, digitized, a whole pile of songbooks and things. And 1 or 2 of them have tons of Ravenscroft.
Fabulous.
So I'll track that down and send you the link, and then you can actually, and then you can find the stuff you need from there.
After that, I'd love to get my hands on a Lant manuscript copy because I bought one and it never showed up.
Oh no!
I think it's because I moved so many times that maybe it just took so long and I've missed out. So I need to rebuy it, but my heart is kind of broken because it's really expensive. And yeah, that'd be great. Then it'll be fun to see the differences in all the songs.
Yeah, that's where I got my manuscripts for my Parsons Ave Maria, actually.
Glory.
So here, I'll stick it in the chat right now because that's where we both are. Find me. Again. There you go. So it's the link I'm pasting now. There you go.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Oh. Nice to know laurels, huh?
Well, I am going to get her started. Welcome, everyone, to the very first inaugural, hopefully we'll never have to do this again, Zoom Yule Bardic for the Barony of Lionsgate and surrounding territories. I am your hostess with, a lot. We're not going to say the mostest, but a lot. Brianna, I see, I almost did it. Brianna Cassia, hey. And we're here to just have fun, get together, sing some songs, hear some stories, a poem or two. We've got a whole lineup of stellar performers for you. And we're going to get her started. Good people, pray heed our petition. Your attention we beg and we crave. And if you
are inclined for to listen. An abundance of pastime we'll have. We have come to relate many stories concerning our forefathers' times, and we trust they will drive out your worries. Of this we are all in one mind. Many tales of the poor and the gentry, of labor and love will arise. There are no finer songs in this country, in Scotland and Ireland likewise. There is one thing more needing mention, the dances are danced all in fun. So now that you've heard our intention, we'll play on to the beat of the drum. Our first performer, thank you. Our first performer tonight is the redoubtable and inimitable Letri Mother Sigridis Eriksdottir, well known as Gala. And she has for us a performance pre-recorded from a previous event, which is Det var kvelden for Yule.
Good job. I'm impressed. And you almost got my name right. You're so close. So close.
I didn't even ask.
Well, good job, because most people butcher it anyway. I seem to have a knack of picking names that are hard. Okay, so I just recorded this a little bit ago. The poem is actually based on 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And I rewrote it as 'Twas the Night Before Yule. And then I had this ridiculous idea of what would it be like if I translated that into Norwegian? God, I am stupid. Anyway, so this is Det var kvelden for Yule, which is the night before Yule. 'Twas the night before Yule. In Norwegian, it has subtitles, just so you know. And yeah, and then I threw a music track underneath it. So yeah. So give me one sec. Oh, I need somebody who's in charge here to give me screen share capabilities. Jure!
It's already done.
Oh, good. Okay, one sec. Let me just pull it up. There it is. Screen share. Okay, can you all see my screen? Okay. Get in. You just click on the link. Okay, well, I can't right this moment.
I'm not getting any sound.
Okay, does anybody else not hear it?
I don't have any sound.
Yeah, we don't hear it.
I don't hear it. I just hear a faint background sound as if it's echoing out of your speaker and into your microphone.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, let me shut my mic off. First of all, how do I get out of here?
If you hover over your mute button, there's a little arrow, and you can turn off your mic that way as well.
You have to make sure when you're sharing it that you share the sound as well.
How does one do that?
Maybe exit out of the screen share, and then when you go back in, I'm trying to remember where it was. It's been a while.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Stop share.
When you click on the thing to do the screen share, there should be an option for whether you're sharing it like video or video and sound or just the image, I think.
Yes, there we go.
Thank you so much, Roisha, for helping with that.
Yay, my master's degree counts for something!
Let's try this again. There we go. Let's try. Here we go.
Back on mute.
The music is very quiet, just so you know.
Det var kvelden før jul. Det var kvelden før jul, når du gjennom hele salen. Ikke en viking var våken, ikke saksikst eller trall. Hornene ble alle hengt for slåpe, dåsige hender, mens små berusede nordmenn drømte om fjerne land. Av gull, av juveler og ja, solvåse, av kluter av brød og gårsdagen oppskås, av kvinner, av viking, av hus for plyndring, av kirker, av skatter, av brennerlandsboen. Og så ofte fra under pelsen var et grunt og en bukk og søvne knattpurer. Jarlen og hans kone alle koselig i sengen deres, dypt under dennene rett over hodet på dem. Brannen har blitt svak, brent ned til glødende, mens grå, krøllete røk stekk opp til sperrene. Når det er ute i hagen, det var en slik klapring. Nordmenn kom løpende for å se hva som var saken. Vekk gjennom de store dørene, det fløy et blunk, svingende våpen med et trykk og en skråstrikk, snuble og stråpe på rustning og okser, med kong Alfred rundt, ingen slapper av. Ute i den kalde luften og nedfallende snør, iskalde, bedøvende, skinnfingre og nese. Og du lurer på dem øynene dukket opp, men 3 glade, fette brødre med en vån øl. Og den ble røst, råp vikingen rundt. God jul, fnistet presten med drenke. Det handler ikke om hedre, falske goder og drikking, men kjærlighet og fred og ydmyk tilbedelse. Dette er sesong med glede, lette og ærefrykk for Jesu Kristi fødsel, kongen av alle goder. Danskene kledde seg i skjegget og stod der og tenkte, skulle ønske presten ville stoppe og de kunne begynne å drikke. Men veldig lang tid snakket den langvindsbrønnen, og vikingtålmodighet begynte å bli sliten. Jarlen med et smil og en vri på hodet, rødlig signesert, og brødrene kjente frykten deres. De tok fra de gode brødrene av deres tungelest øl, og vønnen deres og pleien deres og deres parhest og åse. Han var takknemlig viking, drakk sunt og lenge. De stekte hestekjøtt, snakket gåter, sang sanger, for de gravde seg inn i deres feste for natten. Ja, den ropte disse ordene over lyden av glede. Til brødrene og deres Kristus for ølet og kjøttet. Hils Odin og Tor, nå god og gode la oss spise.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much.
No problem. And I should also say, I was going to say this in the beginning and I forgot. For those of you who are not aware, Good King Wenceslaus is actually a period tune. It's a Finnish tune, and King Wenceslas himself was a king of Bohemia in the 10th century, so it was very fitting for that piece to be part of this. What is going on?
Chaos ensues.
Sorry.
Probably my dog and the mic and things.
No, sorry. YouTube decided to continue with the next video.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was I wanted there to be at least something period-ish about this, so that was my entry into the period part of this. So.
Wonderful.
Thank
Kayla,
you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Our next performer is the delightful Lady Tir Righ.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yep. Well, mother in the background. So I am going to be singing a old-ish song. I don't actually know how old it is, so whatever. It's called Banks of the Lee. The particular version that I'm singing is the arrangement by Longest Johns, which are a great band. And yeah, I don't know. That's all the preamble you got.
Tir Righ,
Yeah?
do you mind yours being broadcast?
No, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Okay. When two lovers meet down beside the green bower, when two lovers meet down beneath the green tree, when Mary, fond Mary, declared to her love, you have stolen my poor heart from the banks of the Lee. I loved her very dearly, so truly and sincerely. There was no one in this wide world I loved better than she. Every bush and every flower, every wild Irish flower reminds me of my Mary on the banks of the Lee. Well, don't stay out late, love, on the moorlands, my Mary. Well, don't stay out late, love, on the moorlands from me. How little was our notion when we parted on the ocean, that we were forever parted from the banks of the Lee. I loved her very dearly, so truly and sincerely. There was no one in this wide world I loved better than she. Every bush and every bower, every wild Irish flower reminds me of my Mary on the banks of the Lee. I will pluck my love some roses, some blooming Irish roses. I will pluck my love some roses, the fairest that ever grew, and I'll lay them on my grave of my own true lovely Mary, in that cold and silent churchyard where she sleeps 'neath the dew. I loved her very dearly, so truly and sincerely. There was no one in this wide world girl I loved better than she. Every bush and every bower, every wild Irish flower reminds me of my Mary on the banks of the Lee.
Huzzah. Oh, that was lovely.
Thank you.
That is a song I have known for many years. I like making gypsy people cry with that song. There's a Romany persona by the name of Pedro Osvaldo who that was the guaranteed bring that drunk boy to tears. Worked every time. Our next performer is the delightful Wolfstan Maistari Hrafnson, and he has for you a very special original piece.
All right. There's a parade of some sort going on outside, and there's a bunch of people honking. So hopefully that's not too much background noise. It seems to have quieted it a little bit, but we'll see what happens. So my piece is entitled "A Carol for Christmas, 1871." It's an original of mine. How it came about was that, as you might know, my parents are pastors. They've retired now, but they were in ministry for 33 years. And my dad was getting ready for a Christmas or Christmas Eve sermon 20 years ago, actually. Part of his research, he turned up the beginnings of a Spurgeon sermon from 1871. And he so enjoyed the opening, he wanted to share it with me because he was sure I'd get a kick out of it. And he was right. So I'm going to read Spurgeon's introduction to his sermon, and then my response is this song. So on Christmas Eve, 1871, Charles Haddon Spurgeon, who's a famous American preacher of the 19th century, was preaching at Metropolitan Tabernacle in Newington, and he opened his sermon, which was perhaps ironically entitled "Joy Born at Bethlehem," with these words. We have no superstitious regard for times and seasons. Certainly we do not believe in the present ecclesiastical arrangement called Christmas. First, because we do not believe in the Mass at all, but abhor it, whether it be said or sung in Latin or in English. And secondly, because we find no scriptural warrant whatever for observing any day as the birthday of the Savior, and consequently an observance as a superstition, because not of the divine authority. Superstition has fixed most positively the day of our Savior's birth, and though there is no possibility of discovering when it occurred. Fabricius gives a catalog of 136 different learned opinions upon the matter, and various divines invent weighty arguments for advocating a date in every month of the year. It was not till the middle of the 3rd century that any part of the church celebrated the nativity of our Lord, and it was not till very long after that the Western Church had set the example that the Eastern adopted it. Because the day is not known, therefore superstition has fixed it, while, since the day of the death of our Savior might be determined with much certainty, therefore superstition shifts the date of its observance every year. Where is the method in the madness of the superstitious? Probably the fact that the holy days were arranged to fit in with heathen festivals. We venture to assert that if there be any day in the year of which we may be pretty sure it was not the day in which the Savior was born, it is the 25th of December. Nevertheless, since the current of men's thoughts has led this way just now, and I so know evil in the current itself, I shall launch the bark of our discourse upon that stream, and make use of the fact, which I shall neither justify nor condemn, by endeavoring to lead your thoughts in the same direction. Since it is lawful, even laudable, to meditate upon the incarnation of the Lord upon any day of the year, it cannot be in the power of other men's superstitions to render such a meditation improper for today. Regarding not the day, let us therefore give thanks to God for the gift of his dear Son. Now, anybody who knows me will be unsurprised that even at the tender age of 23, I was not going to let that kind of thing go unquipped at. And so, God rest ye, Mr. Spurgeon, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born sometime in May, but we'll still eat a turkey in December anyway. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. It's not for superstition, but to praise our Lord we sing these carols and give gifts just as the Magi first did bring. Now please pick some potatoes and then pass me the stuffing. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Remembering the Christ child is what Christmas Day is for. To think of him who came and then who died and rose what's more. Besides, a wreath looks pretty round the peephole in the door. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. So surely now you see, dear sir, that Christmas has a role. E'en if it is in fact a pagan holiday we stole, I'll bet your attitude derives from stockings full of coal. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Thank you.
Amazing. So good.
I gotta say, as someone who had 7 years of Roman Catholic education, that makes my heart so happy. Yes, that was amazing.
I was writing folks even before I really discovered the SCA. There you go.
Yep, you're a Phil hero, man. You're a Phil hero. That was so good. And I'm gonna follow that up with another reference piece, a religious piece. That is not documentable to period, although the tune is old. The tune is Basque in origin. But the words were written by Edgar Petman and Sabine Baring-Gould in the early 90s, I want to say, maybe late 80s. And it's called Gabriel's Message. And it is my favorite Christmas carol. So y'all get to hear it. It was also the first thing I ever put on YouTube. So you want to be embarrassed, you can go listen to that. Tell me which version's better. The angel Gabriel from heaven came, his wings as drifted snow, his eyes as flame. All hail, said he, thou lowly maiden Mary, most highly favored lady, Gloria. For know, a blessed mother thou shalt be, all generations laud and honor thee. Thy son shall be Emmanuel, by seers foretold, most highly favored lady, Gloria. Then gentle Mary meekly bowed her head. To me be as it pleaseth God, she said. My soul shall laud and magnify his holy name, most highly favored lady, Gloria. It's such a simple song, but
Very
it's
nice.
Thank you.
That's a nice song.
It is. It's lovely.
I can't remember whether it was Winter Harp I heard play that or
It was on a Sting album.
or McKinnon.
It was on a Sting album, and both Winter Harp and Lorena McKennitt drew it from Sting's source.
Okay. Yeah.
Those songwriters, so far as I understand, they wrote the words for him. So his version is brilliant. I don't want to ever take away from that. Our next performer is the exquisite Honorable Lady Juliana Laverack, who is coming to us from the far barony of Seeger to cross the waters and the waves. And she is going to perform for us another of my all-time favorite, much more pagan, Christmas carols. So
yes, I am going to be performing for everyone The Holly and the Ivy, which was first written in approximately 1814, but in 1864 it states that it's 100 and a half years previous, and there are multiple separate ballads and broadside ballads that mention its original composition in the 1710s. So, still outside of period, but I do love it. The Holly and the Ivy is one of my absolutely favorite Christmas carols. I'm going to try it on the harp, though please forgive me. That is twice as high as I normally sing it. I got this. There you go. Holly and the ivy. Nope, I'm just gonna sing it. I tried. I actually practiced for like an hour this afternoon a different carol on the harp, and you'll just get it next year. So. The holly and the ivy, and they are both full grown. Of all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a blossom as white as lily flower, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ, be our dear Savior. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The bears a berry as red as any blood, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to do some poor sinners good. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a prickle as sharp as any thorn, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ on Christmas Day in the morn. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears a bark as bitter as any gall, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ for to redeem us all. Oh, the rising of the sun, the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. Thank you. It's a little raspy. I actually was really excited because when I found the oldest lyrics in the broadside, it actually has the rising of the sun. So the earliest version is that version, not the one I performed. Anyway.
That was wonderful. Your voice is so crystal, so beautiful.
Thank you. It was not practiced, and I would not have posted that should it have been a recording. But that's okay. Okay. But before I go on, I was just thinking about Gala's earlier performance and Good King Wenceslas, and it reminded me of one of my favorite lines from a children's show where they are talking about Good King Wenceslas. And the line is, this is from Good King Wenceslas. The words were by an English guy, the music Scandinavian. Wenceslas was 5'6", he kept his face unshaven. Though just a duke throughout his life, he always so justly. His kingly title was conferred upon him posthumously. And I thought you all needed to know that too, because that's where I learned it.
Oh, I love this. This is the best thing about Bardic for me, is that you can be entertained and educated all in the same second. It's so good.
I'm gonna go put my baby to bed, probably. We'll just hope she's ready. And if not, I'll see you again soon.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Juliana. Our next performer is the delightful Marie. Marie is she ready, Sethrith? Marie is not comfortable being recorded, so her performance will not be in the final video nor in the live airing.
Let me just ask.
Okay.
Mother, yes, daughter. Could you like to perform if the recording is turned off? You can smack on my headphones and do that.
I can do my short poem.
Sure.
That would be lovely.
She is ready.
Okay, Sheree, you on that?
Just bringing her over.
Sheree is on it.
The recording will be turned off. I will let you.
It's already turned off.
Sorry. Thank you for turning the recording off. I appreciate it. And can everyone hear me? Okay. This piece is the very first Bardic piece I performed about 2 years ago. It's a poem called Leisure by the Welsh poet William Henry Davies. It was written in 1911. And it was a poem that I had to memorize in grade 8. Grade 8 is over 40 years ago. So you can tell how much of an influence this poem had on me, because I can still remember it. And so, leisure. What this life, if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare. No time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep or cows. No time to see when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in grass. No time to see, in broad daylight, streams full of stars, like stars at night. No time to watch nature's feet, see how they dance. To see her lips enhance the smile her eyes began. What this life, if full of care, we have no time to stand and stare.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome, and I will pass it back to Saithrit.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and Steve says he skips.
Okay.
He's in the middle of cooking dinner.
There you go. Timing as always. Usually Bardics start later. We're usually fed and half drunk by the time the circle rolls around, which reminds me, I had planned to crack a bottle of mead tonight, and I failed to do so. And the mead gods will be mad at me, I'm sure. My poetry will be gibberish. That joke was for you, Wolfston. Okay, well, that said, then I'm going to fill in with another piece. This is a song I have not performed in a long time, but it used to be a competition favorite. And you get a drum. Lucky you. I have no idea how this is going to sound. I filked this one for Her Ladyship Cassandra's intro into the Emprise of the Black Lion. I drummed her in with this, so I rewrote the words, and now I have to remember the originals. That's fun. Stole it off of a Steel Eye Span album, like 90% of my material. If it isn't Irish traditional, it's Steel Eye Span. Let never a man a wooing went that lack could sing his three, a store of gold, an open heart, and full of charity. And this was seen of King Henry, though he lay quite alone, for he's taken into a haunted hall 7 miles from the town. He's chased the deer, now him before, and the doe down by the den, till the fattest buck in all the flock, King Henry, he is slain. His huntsmen followed him to the hall to make them burly cheer, when loud the wind was heard to sound, and an earthquake rocked the floor. And darkness covered all the hall where they sat at their meat. The grey dogs yowling left their food and crept to Henry's feet. And louder howled the rising wind and burst the fastened door. And in there came a grisly ghost stamping on the floor. Her head hit the roof tree of the hall, her middle you could not span. Each frightened huntsman fled the hall and left the king alone. Her teeth were like the tether stakes, her nose like club or maul, and nothing less she seemed to be than a fiend that comes from hell.
Some meat, your King Henry, some meat you'll give to me. Oh, you must kill your berry brown steed and bring it here to me. He's gone and slain his berry brown steed, though it made his heart full sore. She's eaten it up, both skin and bone, and left nothing but hide and hair. More meat, your King Henry, more meat you'll give to me. Oh, you must slay your good greyhound and bring it here to me. He's gone and slain his good greyhound, though it made his heart full sore. She's eaten up both skin and bone and left nothing but hide and hair. More meat, your King Henry, more meat you'll give to me. Oh, you must slay your gay goshawk and bring it here to me. He's gone and slain his gay goshawk, though it made his heart full sore. She's eaten up both skin and bone and left nothing but feathers there. Some drink, your King Henry, some drink you'll give to me. Oh, you sew up your horse's hide and bring in a drink to me. He's gone and sewn up the bloody hide and a pipe of wine brought in. She drank it up all in one draught and left never a drop therein. A bed now, King Henry, a bed you'll make for me. Oh, you must pull the heather green and make it soft for me. And pulled has he the heather green and made for her a bed. And taken has he his gay mantle and over it he has spread. Take off your clothes now, King Henry, and lie down by my side. Now swear, you King Henry, to take me for your bride. Oh, God forbid, says King Henry, that ever the like betide, that ever a fiend that comes from hell should stretch down by my side. When the night was gone and the day was come and the sun shone through the hall, the fairest lady that ever was seen lay between him and the wall. I'd met with many a gentle knight who gave me such a fill, but never before such a courteous knight who gave me all my will. Let never a man a wooing went that lacked thing as three, a store of gold, an open heart, and full of charity. Thank you. Wow, I remembered most of the words. Our next performer then is Sethrith, if she is ready. With hardworking hands. Sorry, Sethrith, I didn't give you the warm-up. She's got to put her headphones back on. Yay. She has a...
I'm ready.
Yay. Thank you so much. So Sethrith is going to do... Sethrith is one of the newest members of our barony, and she has absolutely shared so many wonderful gifts with us, from Bardic to needlework to her. She's a delight, and I'm so glad you're here. So thank you so much for coming tonight and sharing with us more of your Bardic gifts. I appreciate it.
Thank you. So this is a song. It's called, obviously, it's called Hardworking Hand. It's actually from a video game, but it sounds very kind of like Irishy, periody, so I really like it. And it's fantastic for these plague times because it's sort of about banding together and overcoming obstacles and being positive and everything. So I really do like it for these times of ye old plague. Okay. The hole in the plaster will let in the north wind. The gap in the thatch will let in the rain. The tear in my cloak will let in the shivers. The break in my heart will let in the pain. So patch up the walls, my sons and my daughters, and layer the straw, my neighbors and friends. Fetch needle and thread to reweave the pattern. We're always in need of a hard-working hand. The break in the fence We'll let in the foxes, the fray in the rope. We'll let slip the bear, the fly in the chain. We'll let drop the drawbridge, the crack in my courage. We'll let free despair. So mend all your fences, my sons and my daughters, and keep tight the rope, my neighbors and friends, for the world and its folk will always be fraying, and always in need of a hard-working hand. Excuse me. The hole in the wall will let in the north wind, the gap in the thatch will let in the rain. When the weave comes unraveled, there's no use in praying. We must sing as we're fixing and mend it again. So sing me a song, my sons and my daughters. Sing me a song as we work the cold land, for the world and its folk will always be fraying, and always in need of a hard-working hand. Thank you.
I had not heard that one before. That's lovely. And true, working on a farm, true, always hiring. Anybody wants to shovel poop to ride a pony, I'm in. Our next performer is currently putting her baby to bed. So Wolfston is going to jump in. My Starry Wolfston Hrafnsson is, sorry, it's Wolfston My Starry Hrafnsson. I'll get it eventually.
Oh, good.
It's because it's new. You just added the
know,
title.
I know.
I mean, this you're going to do for us the Dance of Rooney. Okay, wonderful. This is an Icelandic piece, I believe.
It is, yeah. So this story is either period or just post-period. It's really hard to tell with Icelandic stuff because they didn't write anything down until, Tuesday, basically. But either way. Once upon a time, there was a priest at Hruni in Arnes County in Iceland who loved socializing and festivities. And he loved these things a lot more than he actually loved his job. And so when he had occasion to, he would host parties and dances. And he made it his habit that every Christmas Eve, he would host a big dance at the church, and he and his congregation would dance and play cards and drink and carry on in most inappropriate ways, certainly for a church, until well into the night. He wouldn't even begin his mass until after they were all done with their dancing and their drinking. Now, the priest's mother was an old lady named Una, and she had the gift of prophecy. And she did not approve of how he used to carry on. And she would tell him this at every occasion she got. But he never paid her any mind, as young men are prone to do when told what they should do by their mothers. And she knew this would lead to tears eventually, but what could she do? So one Christmas Eve, he was having his usual dance and his party at the church. And the dancing and the drinking and the gambling had gone on much longer than usual. And Una, hearing the music and the laughter from the farm, went down to the church and said, "Son, you should begin the mass. It's getting very late." And he said, "Oh, mother, there's plenty of time for that. One more round, one more song, one more dance." And so she left. And later on in the evening, they were still singing and dancing and laughing and drinking. And she went back again and said, "My son, this has gone on long enough. You should begin your mass." And he said, "No, no, mother, no. One more song, one more dance, one more drink." And again, she went back home. And a third time, she came back to the church and said, "My son, you are putting your soul in jeopardy and all these people here. It is time to begin the Mass. It is past time to begin the Mass. It'll be midnight soon. You must begin. You can't keep carrying on like this." He said, "Mother, we're fine. I'm a priest. I'll be all right. God will forgive us. It's okay." And she went back out into the churchyard and headed for home, very disturbed at everything that had happened. And as she was walking through the churchyard, she happened to notice a man standing in the shadows there who smirked at her. And Herney was a very small town, but she had never seen this man before. So she huddled up in her coat and went back towards home. And from behind her in the darkness, she heard someone chanting a verse. "Oh, Herney is shaking. The rafters are quaking. A dance in the making that's truly breathtaking. But Una is still waking. Oh, Una is waking." And she looked back to see who had spoken, and the man from the shadows was gone. And she felt certain this must have been the devil here to claim her son. And so she ran back to the farm, got up on her son's horse, and rode to the next village to bring the priest from that village. And when she got there, he was just finishing his Mass. After the Mass had finished, she said, Father, you must come back to Herney and help my son. He's the priest there. He's in great trouble. You must come and help." And the priest agreed, and he and many men from that village came back with her at great speed. But when they got there, they rode to the top of the hill where their church was, and the church was gone. And as far as they could see, it had sunk into the body of the hill. And listening, they could hear cries and banging noises as someone pounding on a wall and shouts for help. The church and the whole congregation have been taken down into the earth. Now there are signs at Herney, atop the hill which gives the farm its name, that a building once stood there. But now the new church is at the bottom of the hill. And never has anyone tried to build at the top of Herney Hill again. And Herney Church has not had a dance on Christmas Eve since those days. Thank you.
Huzzah. So you said that's 12th century?
I'm not sure exactly. It's in a collection that I've got called The Trolls and the Knolls, which is like 35 or so Icelandic folk stories. Many of them, well, these ones are translated. You can get it in Icelandic as well, but I have it in translation. And it was collected by an Icelandic mythologist in the 19th century, but I don't remember his name offhand.
Right.
But so it doesn't have dates with them, but based on the content, I would say it's not obviously Christian era, but 12th century is probably about right. They didn't write things down, as I said, until quite late in period, so it's really hard to tell with a lot of things.
Fascinating. It's funny that the tradition of ghost stories and mystery stories around Christmas time is actually we've stepped away from that in the modern era, but it was really part of the culture at the time. So it's fascinating.
And even in the 19th century, there's Dickens, of course, but Oscar Wilde's Canterville Ghost is also a Christmas story. And other ones too.
Yeah, Dickens did a lot of ghost stories. I mean, we hear of Scrooge, which is really a ghost story of Christmas, but he wrote a lot of ghost stories for Christmas, and it used to be tradition. My dad used to tell ghost stories on Christmas Eve, being Welsh. Yeah, being Welsh, he used to still
What, and not Dylan Thomas, not A Child's Christmas in Wales? Every Christmas you play it on the record player. And I love that.
I do too. Yeah, actually, I have. When he was in Vancouver, there was a recording done of him doing that and several other stories. And I have an old cassette tape of that. That presentation that he did, because it was all done ad hoc. That the recording was done just before I went off and got drunk.
Very well, except for that part, they would be drunk already. But yeah. All right, we do have a surprise performer tonight, because she stepped up to the fire and said, "Can I And I went, yes, please. So, Lady Roisha, if you would be so kind as to share with us your Christmas carol.
I don't know what kind of shape my voice is in, but I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, so I don't know how familiar everyone is with the Huron Carol. It was written originally in the Huron language by the Jesuit priest, Father Jean de Brébeuf in 1643. So it's not quite old enough, but it's Christmas and it's considered the first Canadian carol. So, and it's a favorite of mine from childhood. And where I used to spend my summers visiting my grandparents was in the Huron area, and we used to visit the old Huron village there that they recreated. So that history is part of my growing up. So this song was really a special one. So, all right, here we go. 'Twas in the moon of winter time when all the birds had fled, that mighty Gitche Manitou sent angel choirs instead. Before their light the stars grew dim, and wandering hunters heard the hymn, Jesus your King is born, Jesus is born, in excelsis Gloria. Within a lodge of broken bark, the tender babe was found. A ragged robe of ragged skin enwrapped his beauty round. But as the hunter braves drew nigh, the angel's song rang loud and high. Jesus, your King is born. Jesus is born. In excelsis Gloria. Oh my goodness, sorry. O children of the forest free, O sons of Manitou, the holy child of heaven and earth is born today for you. Come kneel before the radiant boy who brings you beauty, peace and joy. Jesus, your King is born. Jesus is born. In excelsis Gloria. Oh. Okay, my voice isn't quite there tonight, but thank you.
It's excellent.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
know it's
You
hard.
did really well.
Yeah.
I haven't sung that in a long time, and my voice has been kind of on bed rest for the last month.
You've been dealing with some stuff, we know. But I really appreciate you being willing to give it a go. Thank you so much, Arisha. Where did you learn that carol?
You know, I don't even know who taught it to me. I just kind of learned it growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to learn to sing it in French again, because I think I knew it in French when I was younger too.
Oh, neat. I would love to hear it in French.
Yeah, I have the lyrics in Huron as well, so that's...
What? I would love to hear that. I want more of that.
I haven't learned that, but I have seen that, so that's a goal.
Hey,
Yeah.
Brianna.
Yeah.
Heather Dale actually has a version in English, French, and Huron.
I will seek that the heck out. Thank you for that.
It's
insight.
really good.
I would like that.
well,
I would like to learn it in both.
Yeah, I'll look it up and drop it in the chat for you guys.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome. In fact, if anyone who's in the chat has a carol or a Christmas song or story that is their favorite and they've got a link to it on from wherever, whatever source, please feel free to drop it in the chat. And maybe pop over to the Facebook or to the YouTube and do the same there in the comments, because if this is going up, it's going to go, people are going to be able to see it and refer back to it. And that's really cool. And again, it's about sharing, right? You get to entertain and educate. And that's one of the glories of the SCA and Bardic in particular. Our next performer is, again, still not back. So Gala, fortunately, is willing to jump in with the piece that she and Juliana were both planning to do. but Gala pulled rank and got it. So nope, you're muted, darling. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, the first thing you do when you log in, or when you get your mic back going, is actually not too slowly, but slowly enough for us to get it. Pronounce your title and name.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can.
Helps if I turn the mic on. It's Lerde Modir Sigridis Gala. That's what I go by. Gala Eric's daughter. So Lerde Modir Sigridis Gala Eric's daughter. Cool. I'm actually not going to do Coventry Carol right now. I'll save that one for later. No, I'll do it later.
There's only one other performance in the rota.
Well, fine then.
I mean, you can do either one. Do them both. Do them both. Right? Yep. Everybody vote. Everybody vote. Hands up. Do them both. Do them both. Yeah. Right. Okay.
I'll do the
my hands are up.
Then.
Democracy. Democracy's so medieval. Do it.
All right. Some of you may all know this tune. It is not period, and it comes from Scotland, but it's a traditional Scotland piece. Sorry. I come from heaven, which to tell the best noels that e'er befell. To you their tidings true I bring, and I will of them say or sing. This day to you is born in child of Mary meek and virgin mild, that blessed bairn, benign and kind, shall you rejoice both heart and mind. Let us rejoice and be blithe, and with the heydays go full swathe, and see what God His grace has done, through Christ to bring us to His throne. My soul and life stand up and see what lies in a crib of tree. What babe is that so good and fair? It is Christ, God's Son and heir. Oh, my dear heart, young Jesus wait, prepare the cradle in my spirit, and I shall rock thee in my heart, and nevermore from thee depart. But I shall praise thee evermore, we sang a sweet unto thy glory. The knees of my heart shall I bow, and sing that right Balulala. Thank you. And I see Juliana's back now.
Lovely. Oh, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Juliana, are you ready with your final performance of the evening?
Sure.
Wonderful.
So I really love this one creepy winter song that I have performed at Bardic Fire, and I hope you all enjoy. It is based off of the Mercedes Lackey series, so it is a filk, but it is one of my favorite winter musical numbers. So this is Snow East. Hair like snow, eyes that gleam, things aren't always what they seem. Teeth too long, hands too thin, always look beneath the skin. Children playing in the snow, further out than they should go. Saw a stranger walking near, never stopped to think or fear. Hair like snow, eyes that gleam, things aren't always what they seem. Teeth too long, hands too thin, always look beneath the skin. Greetings, children, the woman said. It's so cold, I'm chilled near dead. Where's your camp and family too? Won't you take me home with you? Hair like snow, eyes that gleam, things aren't always what they seem. Teeth too long, hands too thin, always beneath the skin. Long white hair and eyes like ice. She spoke so fair, she seemed so nice. Foolish children did not ask why she set them such a task. Hair like snow, eyes that gleam, things aren't always what they seem. Too long, hands too thin, always look beneath the skin. They did not think to tell a guard, they sped her straight to their own yard. They did not think to ask their kin, they brought her home and let her in. Hair like snow, eyes, things aren't always what they seem. Teeth too long, hands too thin, always look beneath the skin. And when she was well hid inside, then she cast off her human hide. Her fangs grew long, her claws sprang free, a hungry, fierce snow. Hair like snow, eyes that gleam, things aren't always what they seem. Teeth too long, hands too thin, always look beneath the skin. And all that night through every tent she stalked and slaughtered as she went. When the sun rose ahead, half of all that tribe lay dead. Hair like snow, eyes that gleam, things aren't always what they seem. Teeth too long, hands too thin, always look beneath the skin. For pretty words and pretty wiles, pretty smells, those folk were slain and scattered all, because they let their caution fall. Hair like snow, eyes that gleam, things aren't always what they seem. Teeth too long, hands too thin, always look beneath the skin. Thank you.
Wonderful. Ah, so creepy. I love it. Did someone, I might be misremembering this, or I might have been intoxicated at the time, but did someone write a response to that where the children turned out to be the creepy, terrible monsters?
No. They did they did write a reply, which is hindsight, and the chorus is like, never waste your pity on the snow. Always keep your caution for all you think you know. For all the world is beautiful, but likewise is it cruel. And justice is only waiting for a fool.
Wow.
Anyway, it's very good. And it's about how the people gather their forces and just a handful of them gather up their like spears and hunt the beast into the mountains. And then on this like craggy peak that's half covered in like the vestiges of grass and snow, they have this huge battle. And one of them falls and strikes the earth while the other strikes the snow, and they die. And then they're accepted into the halls of their gods to become messengers for the dead. And so they go out in now they've defeated the snow beast, but now they are restless souls who are enslaved by their god to go out into the winter and warn people about the snow beasts. Anyway,
I love just
the Hogfather, really.
I mean, right? Yeah. It's a lot of passion.
Yes. Good times.
We have another surprise guest performer, in the person of the delightful Her Ladyship Edwina from the far reaches of the snowy wastelands of Ramsgard.
It was so green today.
I know, I was on a Zoom call or a Facebook call with my sister who's in Ashcroft, and she's like, no snow.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, climate change, it's a thing.
We're becoming Vancouver or California, right?
Oh, poor you.
Okay, so I can kind of remember this. When I was in high school, my history teacher was really into medieval things. I don't know if he was in the SCA, but the whole Christmas was based around Yule. And on our Christmas break, he gave us homework, which I enjoyed. And it was a bunch of songs and recipes, and this was a recipe and a song. And it's the wassailing song, and I don't quite remember the tune, but I'm gonna try. And it's kind of like a walking tune, because you're supposed to walk from house to house, and and let me try this. Here we come a-wassailing among the leaves so green. Here we come a-wassailing so fair to be seen. Love and joy come to you and to all your wassail too. May the gods bless you and send you a happy new year. And then the second verse. Good master and good mistress, as you sit beside the fire, pray think of us poor children whom wander through the mire. And love and joy come to you and to all your wassail too. May the gods bless you and send you a happy new year. May the gods send you a happy new year. And I, of course, if I had practiced, if I had known I was coming. Thank you.
Thank you. That was great. We were all singing along.
I have the lyrics.
I know. Juliana's holding the lyrics of music up
Please
for
send
anybody.
them to me.
It was the next page in my harp book.
Send them to me. I've lost all of them. That was all I could remember. I was kind of stumbling.
This is the only downside of a limited schedule kind of thing, is that we can't help each other out by jumping in with the correct lyrics or adjustments of the tune or whatever. Or my usual trick, which is telling Sigurd that it doesn't go like that. It's faster. Here's a drum. Jesus, you guys need to.
It would have been great if I had music, and then I probably would have gotten the tune
you would
better.
have been. You were just kind of thrown into the Bardic pit here,
I was making pierogies, and I was like, wait, I know something.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so great. That's not even your tradition, is it?
Pierogies?
No. Wassailing.
Well,
wassailing not so much.
Ever since I learned that song, I actually have kept the recipe. I'll try and post it, and I kind of try and do it every few years.
Awesome.
So this year is one of them.
There is a verse in the version I learned. There's a verse about I made myself a little pouch, and I lined it well with silk, and I need a little sixpence to line it better with silver.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember something about bread.
Yep, probably
like sharing bread or something.
Yep. Hit me up. I have the music for that if you'd like it.
Yay! Awesome. Well, if you have anything that's a digital resource, please do post it in the chat or on the YouTube, because we're sharing resources and talking about the traditions of the bards of the thing.
I'm going to duck out briefly. I'm going to duck out briefly. My dinner's ready, and I'll try to come back again after.
Thank you so much, Wolfstone. I think we're at the open performance stage part of the evening. So, but thank you so much for your performances and all your help.
It was fun.
Delightful.
All right, bye everyone.
Hugs.
Yes,
that distinctly looks like a not sleeping baby.
That is not a sleeping baby. That's true.
No.
She hit 1 year old and is now terrible twos. So I'm actually happy she's gonna get it out of her way early. Right?
You think so, huh?
You know what?
It's
she
not
was
how it works.
The pristine-ish angel until 3 days ago. You
3
know.
is worse.
Okay. I can live in hope, guys. I
I was gonna say, don't crush her dreams yet. Wait till she, you know.
Also, like, the terrible twos for Phoebe is most of my friends' normal babies.
Yeah.
So, I'm not really worried.
She'll always be an angel forever. No, really, honest.
Yeah.
Of course.
Signing.
Go eat your dinner, Wolfson. Stop
Okay.
ruining my life.
Bye.
That's very funny. So I had a thought when we were talking about doing this, and initially the Baroness reminded me that I had mentioned during council that I was thinking about, and she was like, "Hey, you gonna do the thing?" And I went, "Yes, Your Excellency, I'm gonna do the thing." And then talked to the man, and he was like, "Yeah, we can facilitate that." I'm like, "Thank God." But one of the things that, I mean, the SCA's focus with the heavy emphasis on the Western European up until like very recently has been that winter celebrations and things are they're all over the world. People do different things to celebrate and mark the solstice, to mark that time of the year, to mark that slowing down. And I'm interested to know what other people do. It's very hard when your circle of friends is all of the same culture and background as you. And the SCA gives us the opportunity to look into other cultures and see. And because it's a time of celebration, and this is where a lot of we have recordings of what they did for special occasions, particularly feasts and banquets, which is another area of interest of mine. And so much of the stuff around Yule and Christmas revolves around food, from the wassailing to King Henry to so much of it is about sitting down and feasting and eating delicious things and going around and begging for food and saying, "Feed us or else." Trick-or-treating, the Christmas tradition. So that was the other connection, was that there's ghost stories, which we associate in our modern culture with Halloween, and wassailing and you know, going throughout the town and the Stephen's boys, the St. Stephen's Day, all of those traditions are medievally Christmas, and we've transferred them over to modern Halloween, which I thought was an absolutely fascinating shift of thing.
In Seagert, we have a group that every Halloween, sans COVID, we dress all in our Christmas finery, and we go door to door trick-or-treating, Christmas caroling. And so we go in costume as Christmas carolers. And people open the door expecting like trick-or-treaters, and they get this full Christmas ensemble. And I just remember there were two amazing scenarios over the years. One is this little girl chasing us down the road with a severed foot because she had no candy to give us, but she had a severed foot. We could take the severed foot home. And this other gentleman, who, this is the only time it's ever happened, young man, opens the door. No. And closes the door.
That's amazing.
Yep, so good. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. When I was in the East Coast, they have a tradition I didn't know about. It's called mummers. And a bunch of people who you've never seen before, and they're all dressed up in really weird costumes and rags on their head, mops on their heads, and they come in invading into your house.
Yep.
and demand drinks and demand whatever, and then they go off to another person's house, and they're called mummers. It's
Bring us our
mummering.
figgy pudding.
Yeah.
Yes. The wassail, the Gloucester wassail, is the one that mentions bread that I could remember. Oh wassail, all over the town. Our bread it is white, and our ale it is brown. Our bowl it is made of the white maple tree. With the wassailing bowl we'll drink unto thee. And then there's a lot of falderalderals.
Interesting. I know a completely different tune for the same words.
Do you really?
I know a different
I
tune.
stole that from Steel I Span.
Oh yeah, that sounds like Steel I Span.
I've just given you away the secret to my Bardic success over the last 35 years is Steel I Span and Andy M. Stewart and Manus Lenny and Cape Cayley.
The chieftains can also be really good.
Chieftains, yeah, but they don't have as many lyric pieces. Like they're
That's
music
fair.
Yeah,
That's
and I am not a musician. I'm a drummer. So these are not the same things. Yeah, no, it's fascinating. So the Welsh tradition of Marie Louise, the horse, the white mare that does they do the mumming with her, and
Yeah.
it's a horse skeleton that they bring around and they mum with it. And I'm like, I have a horse skull. I don't really want to do that with it. But yeah. Gala, you picked up your lyre. This tells me something good is coming.
I did so. Yeah, well, I can do the Coventry Carol, or we can just sit here and chat about traditions.
How about you do the Coventry Carol, and then we chat more about traditions?
Okay, I can do that. Only problem is I can't actually see my words to work in here. There we go. So Coventry Carol is it's debatable about how old Coventry Carol is. It was found in a 15th century manuscript for a miracle play, basically, that was performed in Coventry during the Christmas season. It was particularly one called The Shearers and the Tailor. And the reason there's debate over it is because the original copy was lost. So there's a copy of the original copy. And the music for this is also debatable on whether or not it is period or not. It certainly has all the hallmarks of an earlier period piece. So it entirely is possible that it could be much, much earlier than 15th century. But I'm sure we all probably have heard this before, but there you go. There's a little bit of history about this piece. And by the way, it is actually talking about the period when King Herod had ordered all of the firstborn males to be murdered, anybody under 2 to be murdered, in order to try and stop the Christ child from coming. Yeah, so there you go. It's a very happy Christmas song. All right. Luli, luli, a little tiny child. Bye, 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 luli, luli. A little tiny child. Bye, bye, luli, luli. Oh, sister, too, how may we do for to preserve this day, this poor youngling for whom we do sing? Bye, bye, luli, luli. Herod the king in his raging, Charlotte he hath this day is a young man of might in his own sight, a young children to slay. Luli, luli, thou little tiny child. Bye, bye, luli, luli, thou little tiny child. Bye, bye, luli, luli.
Oh, so good. I've never heard it with a lyre. Oh, I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. I like it too.
My sister and my best friend and I did a little band thing for a couple years, and we got hired to do a Christmas gig, which my sister had done solo before, which was 2 half-hour segments of music during a 2 seatings of a pancake breakfast meeting with Santa kind of gig.
And I mean, we rehearsed so many Christmas tunes, and none of us being of the faith, we had a hard time getting through some of it. That song, we came up with some creepy harmonies for, and it's really good with the creepy harmonies. So I appreciated that because, well, yeah, there's Juliana nodding her head. While you were performing, I'm like belting out my alto harmony. I'm like, yes, there it is. So good.
Do it with a baby. Oh, hi, guys.
Did it work? It's a lullaby. Did it work?
Clearly, no.
Baby is upside down, so I'm guessing it didn't. But
No. Those of you who have had kids, well, that's me. Okay, never mind. It's a dumb question. Nobody else is here. All three of mine had lullabies. They had their own lullaby, and it was their lullaby. It was the song that I could put them to. And it works. It still works on them, and they are 25, 21, and almost 30, and it still works on them. It does not work on the grandson.
I don't know if I had one that was my particular lullaby, but I do know that I had one that I really hated, even from birth. My mother's here somewhere. She can attend for that.
Is your mother Anna George?
That would be my mom, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. I sent her a message saying, "You're going to perform?" And she didn't reply. So people pop in. I'm like, I don't know. Are you here to perform? Elspeth, are you here to perform? You know.
I'm guessing no. Oh, Elspeth's here?
I see Elspeth.
Oh, she is too.
And I think that stands for acting something. But
is this
Yeah, I'm here. I was here before. You just called me Kamita. I just wasn't talking.
There's my mommy.
There I am.
Hello. Welcome to our weirdness.
Thank you. Yeah, no, the lullaby that she's talking about was Lullaby and Good Night. And I don't know what the correct name of it is.
Is
but
the
when
da 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 da
yeah,
I'm pretty
well,
sure that
they gave me some flowers in a baby cradle vase that was a music box that played that tune. And so the minute we started to play it, she started to cry. I mean, sob. Didn't cry, sob. And so I sang that to her all the time just because it was funny. And the minute you'd start to sing, she would sob. It was just the funniest. I said, gosh, that song affected her somehow in another lifetime or something? It's like,
funny.
Yeah.
Stupid baby tricks.
Yeah.
I'll make my kid cry without touching them.
I did have one that I sang to her, but I can't remember what it is now. Been 47 years ago.
I always.
And thank you for telling everybody how old I am.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm older than you.
I always start her with a horse named Maloney, which
How does
is
that one
like
go?
one of the cutest songs I've ever heard in my entire existence. A horse named Maloney. If you haven't heard it, it's the best. Do you want me to sing it for you? Because it's adorable. Okay. There once was a pony whose name was Maloney. His back it was bony, his legs they were thin. And when he was saddled with reins bit and bridled, Maloney could gallop as fast as the wind. We'd go galloping, galloping over the meadows, galloping, galloping over the plains, galloping, galloping over the rolling hills, galloping, galloping back home again.
Oh my
God. He was red as the sun set at sunrise at morning. His mane and his tail, they were black as the coal. His eyes were like diamonds, they sparkled and twinkled. A horse like Maloney's more precious than gold. He'd go galloping, galloping over the meadows, galloping, galloping over the plains, galloping, galloping over the rolling hills, galloping, galloping back home again. The years have passed by, and Maloney's retired. He lives in the stable behind the back door. But when I have children, we'll wash him and paint him. They will all love him and ride him once more. They'll go galloping, galloping over the meadows, galloping, galloping over the plain, galloping, galloping over the rolling hills, galloping, galloping, back home again.
So good. Yeah. I love a dandling song.
Oh, it's so cute. I start with that one and I end with Master Garrett Galbraith's The Sealskin Jacket.
Oh yeah.
Which I was singing when I gave birth to her. So it's legit.
That is legit her song. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Phoebe. You just got snurbled.
That was the best.
One really confused child.
Elspeth, you're here. Would you like to perform with us? Poem or Christmas carol or little story you'd like to share and tell, please.
Oh, give me a minute.
Stage.
I gotta find something.
There's a Welsh there's an Irish dandling song called Dance to Your Daddy-O, and I heard it done in a pub in Ireland while I was well drunk with whiskey, and they turned it into they started it with it. They're like, this is my son's favorite dandling song, and it's the only song I can remember, and that's how I warm up my voice. So he just started singing this thing, and then they just upped the tempo. The fiddler got a little crazy, and it turned into a dance. They turned it into a jig, and I was just like, this is the best night of my life. Very, very great fun. You were there, sweetie. You remember. They didn't dance it. They just turned it into a jig. You probably didn't recognize the tune, though.
Here I am answering you carefully with memories, and I'm still muted. SMRT, I am super tired. Yeah, it was amazing. That was an amazing amazing night just to be there. And then, Facebook troll and smacking him down was kind of fun too. So
we all get our entertainment in different ways.
Yes, exactly. Gala, remind me to tell you that story at some point or another, but not here, live on Facebook.
Sure.
So
Bree should sing something.
Well, I've sung lots of things, and my dinner's sitting here. But what I was going to do, as kind of the formal closeout as far as the performance goes, was I was going to read a poem, which I read a long time ago, like in high school. So yeah, a long time ago. But it struck me as something that rang true for us in the SCA, and especially about this time of year. The minstrels played their Christmas tune tonight beneath my cottage eaves, while smitten by a lofty moon, the encircling laurels, thick with leaves, gave back a rich and dazzling sheen that overpowered their natural green. Through hill and valley every breeze had sunk to rest with folded wings. Keen was the air, but could not freeze, nor check the music of the strings. So stout and hearty were the band that scraped the chords with that strenuous hand, and who but listened till was paid respect in every innate's claim. The greeting given, the music played, in honor of each household's name, duly pronounced with lusty call, and Merry Christmas wished to all. And that was a William Wordsworth piece called Minstrels.
Fantastic.
That's amazing. And Phoebe took her first official steps to it.
What?
Yeah, she stood up and walked out of the room.
I see a future Bardic judge doing what many have done and gotten up and walked out when I started talking. Good for them.
You walked back into the room too? Look at you go. Oh.
My goodness. Congratulations. That's so exciting. She only just turned a year. That's amazing.
Do another poem. She might start talking.
She talks a lot. Yeah, she says, Mama, Dada, book, up, and she knows like 20 signs or so.
Wow, good for you. I love that.
Crazy. That was an amazing. Who was it? Wordsworth?
That was Wordsworth. Yep. He had such a mastery of word rhythm that I mean, he was what the word was worth, you know? He was amazingly well named.
Mm-hmm.
I think too often, because we study it in high school, we don't really get the chance to appreciate the Romantic poets as adults. I highly recommend anybody who's at all wordly inclined, breeze through a book of Romantic poetry. You will find at least 5 pieces you go, oh my God, that speaks right to me. It's beautiful stuff. Hi, Elspeth, acting Red Flame. We see you now. The hair. Look at the blonde.
Yeah, I'm gold now. Okay, I do have a poem. It's vaguely Christmassy. It is not period at all.
Neither was Wordsworth.
'Twas the night before finals, and all through the college, the students were praying for last-minute knowledge. Most were quite sleepy, but none touched their beds, while visions of essays danced in their heads. Out in the taverns, a few were still drinking, hoping that liquor would loosen up their thinking. In my own room, I had been pacing and dreading exams I soon would be facing. My roommate was speechless, his nose in his books. My comments to him drew unfriendly looks. I drained all the coffee and brewed a new pot, no longer caring that my nerves were shot. I stared at my notes, but my thoughts were all muddy. My eyes went a blur, I just couldn't study. Some pizza might help, I said with a shiver, but each place that I called refused to deliver. I'd nearly concluded that life was too cruel with futures dependent on grades earned in schools, when all of a sudden the door opened wide and patron saint put it off, ambled inside. His spirit was careless, his manner was mellow, and winking at us, he started to bellow. What kind of student would make such a fuss to toss back at teachers what they tossed at us? On outlines, on hornbooks, on last year's exams, on wing it and sling it and last-minute crams. His message delivered, he vanished from sight, but I heard him laughing outside in the night. Your teachers have pegged you, so just do your best. Happy finals to all, and to all a good test.
Amazing. How have I never heard that before? That was so good.
I needed that pep talk last week, though.
If I'd known. There's a story that goes with it. The first time I heard it, I was in high school, and like a whole verse was missing. So I wrote in 3 lines to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying it to myself as I wrote my high school finals. So I'm in college 2 years later, and I'm sitting there, and everybody's sitting waiting to write the exam, and you can see them all like sweating and getting like psycho. And I'm like, okay. So I stood up, turned to face this like 200 students that were waiting to write this exam, and I'm like, da-da-da!
Oh my
God! I remembered it all.
Amazing.
Did I remember the exam so much? Nah.
Yeah.
I think that's going to become my patron saint. Saint put it off.
Saint put it off. He's
Saint
Russian.
put it off.
Actually, he's not Russian. That's fantastic. What a great.
It's really Putin it off.
Put it off.
He's also not Finnish either.
He's not Finnish.
No.
Not Russian. This is great. This is something I have really missed from Bardics, is the in-jokes that come out. Oh dear, no dear. And yeah, the things that when you're in casual conversation and you hear this kind of a story, this kind of a little piece of personal history, and it's just, yeah, it's great. I love you guys. I love you all. I miss you so much. This has been a really great evening. My dog would really like to eat some of my quesadilla. Everybody say hi to the Woodge.
I would.
Hi, Wedgie.
Oh, hi, puppy.
He's not looking anywhere near the camera because this is the quesadilla.
Quesadillas are what dogs eat in the wild. Well-known fact.
Yes, they hunt them.
That was funny watching him follow the food.
Yeah, he's not really he's not target trained, but he is food sensitive. So he's like, yeah, give me all the yummies.
That too.
Come on, you don't get all my food.
All about the food.
Mm-hmm.
She snuggled up to me like,
We finally got her back after 3 weeks.
Yay! Oh, I'm so glad.
Yay!
And the health is on the uptick, and the puppy is good and good. It's been a very challenging time, and I mean we're looking at the horizon now, and we're going, oh, I see the light. It's dawning all the way over there, which is wonderful. I'm heading into a month of isolation because my roommate is giving birth in 3 weeks or thereabouts, and basically we have to give her 2 weeks of no contact from outside the household until day of, and then 2 weeks after. So however long that is going to be, I've already booked off work. I still have to go in, but I have to make sure I'm going in when no one else is there. So, which is fine because I have roommates who drive, and I know nobody's going to be at the farm after dark in this climate. It's too cold. So that's when I'll be there prepping feed bags and riding ponies. So
I would like to request a Juliana Bedell. Sorry, I've forgotten your Juliana Laverick. Play something on her harp.
Okay.
I like this idea.
Come by the hills to the land where fancy is free. Stand where the peaks touch the skies and the logs reach the sea. Where the tree rivers run clear, clear. Bracken is gold in the sun, and the cares of tomorrow must wait till this day is done. Come by the hills to the land where life is a song. Stand where the birds fill the air with their joy all day long. Where the trees sway into every and the cares of tomorrow must wait till this day is done. Come by the hills to the land where legend remains. Stories of old fill your heart and may yet come again. Where the past has been lost, future is still to be won, and the cares of tomorrow must wait till this day is done, and the cares of tomorrow must wait till this day is done.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. And well done over the poor sobbing infant.
And everybody's a critic.
I have to get used to it now. I would have already had a year's worth of practice if COVID wasn't around.
Yeah, fair.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Something coming in on their iPhone.
iPhone connected.
Yes. iPhone is connecting to audio. Wonder who
Hello,
it is.
iPhone. Welcome to the Bardic.
VVV.
What?
Okay.
You have to unmute if you wish to speak, iPhone, and tell us who you are. Because we don't know. It just says iPhone. It's very confusing.
It's a surprise.
It's a
Hi.
Hi.
Your
Excellency, yay!
It's so good to see you guys.
Oh my God! Look at your hair.
Screw up.
Oh my God.
You can see where Connor and Sydney get it. It's not from Kinrick.
He still has some of his.
Kinrick the not Bearson, but almost.
His head anyway, yeah.
Well, I don't know about the rest, and I don't need to know about them.
You see, he never wears a shirt.
I mean, I went further south, but okay.
Okay. Now I understand.
Thank you. Thank you, sweetie.
How are you, Your Excellency? It's so good to see you.
Doing really good. I didn't know this was going to happen. You had mentioned the 19th, and then I didn't see anything, and then I was on Facebook, and it's like, what?
This whole thing is your fault. Because you reminded me from council. You were like, hey, weren't you going to do a thing? And I was like, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
I don't say no to you. And
and then how long has it been on for?
We started at 6.
Oh my gosh, you not have you really?
I posted to the Lionsgate group and everything, and then they're doing this. Jure is doing this as a test of the live performance transfer over to YouTube. So you're on YouTube live. Just so you know, if you don't like that, we can cut you out later. But you're live right now.
We actually technically can't cut you out later. That's the tricky part. You have to pretty much pause recording at the time.
It's all good.
It's been a lovely, lively Yule Bardic. We've had some wonderful performances. You can see everybody who's here except Miles. Miles just told us stories, but everybody's performed. Oh, and Mariette has not performed. Elspeth did though, which was marvelous. So
This is
yeah,
gonna
it's
be
been
on
lovely.
YouTube?
What?
This is going to be on YouTube.
You are live on YouTube.
You're currently live on YouTube. Wave to all your YouTube friends, and then go to the YouTube thing. Take the link and post it to your Facebook and your family and let everyone know, because otherwise no one will know, because I think Lionsgate has 5 subscribers.
Wow. We need to boost that a bit.
Lionsgate doesn't technically have a YouTube account yet.
Right, because we don't have a social media officer, and the social
Beyond that, there's other things, hoops probably have to be jumped through for a YouTube account, but it's on my YouTube account, so.
Can you post a link to your YouTube account?
Yeah.
You posted a link to the actual thing on the planning group and on the Lionsgate forum, or I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed that.
So you can go back to that, and when we're done, you can go back to that and play it all through from the start and listen to us all blithering at the start of it, because honestly, it's a bit of work to move back and forth between 2 computers, so I didn't bother.
I don't actually want to eat your toast, Pat.
What?
Oh dear. That's such a cat thing, though.
It really is. They all are called beans, right? Yeah. It's a legume. It's a legume on the end of a leg. So
It's a beans on the end of a leg that has been walking in poop.
Well,
Fish. It's flavor.
flavor is.
I think I'll leave that flavor to you.
I'm not going to add that
too if I can.
That's not in the flavor profile for Baronial Banquet.
Grainy.
Thankfully. That's too funny. I'm sorry I missed so much.
It's okay. You can go back and watch it all, because
I will. That's
all. Not all. There was one performer who preferred not to be recorded. So you'll miss hers, and then the only way to ever see those performances is to actually remember and then log into the Zoom. I'm sorry. I should have sent you.
I can't believe. Oh my gosh. So have you guys been having a good time?
Yeah. I haven't even cracked the bottle of mead I'd planned to, so.
I have an orange chocolate port. I'm nursing off stage. All the things I nurse off stage, you know?
Yeah, it's been good. We're talking about the different traditions from different cultures, and Miles was telling us about mumming and how they used to go into people's homes and just kind of take over. Like, really? Well, and in secret, apparently, you're going to love this. Juliana told us that the Sigurtians will get together as a caroling group and go on Halloween trick-or-treating. So that when they knock on the door and the door opens, the homeowners are expecting trick-or-treat, and instead they get God rest ye merry gentlemen. They're like, wait, what?
I will tell you, I've never come home with so much candy. Like, we all have Santa hats, and the Santa hats are bursting with candy and severed foots.
Nice.
Okay, but also funny fact, my husband's German. And my family, you have like multiple dinners, of course. You have like your Thanksgiving Eve or Christmas Eve and your Christmas dinner, and you know, like you might have a Boxing Day dinner or whatever. But like the dinner is fluid, but the presents you open Christmas morning. No, John's family, it is Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve. That is the only way. And you open your presents on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm. That's Dutch too.
Yeah.
Same for German.
Yeah,
exact same.
I don't know that we do it because we're German, but we just kind of always done ours on Christmas Eve. But we also have another tradition too, in that my dad and his family grew up for a time in Quebec, and so they would do tortilla on Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, my parents divorced when I was 6 years old, but my mother and I have continued that tradition. So Christmas Eve every year is tortilla. And then we would go to church afterwards and whatnot, and then come home and open presents and whatnot. So that's our big tradition. Is Christmas Eve is our tortilla and open presents, and then Christmas morning we sleep in. And oh, there's Mom. She's gonna come on and tell me I'm wrong.
Well, no, well, I just wanted to say that yes, it is a German tradition on my father's side, because that's the tradition that his family did. Christmas Eve, they always opened their presents. And they always had their meal on Christmas Eve. So that's why I've always done it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we don't speak about it being an old German tradition, it is.
But the funniest part about this, so there was a time when I was only allowed to open one present on Christmas Eve when I was a young kid. And it was always pajamas. Every single year, pajamas.
Or a book.
And it took me years and years and years to figure out that Mom was picking the pajamas on purpose.
The pictures.
When I lived with German people, we did Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve was the big dinner day. It was the big visit day, and it was the present day. Then now I live with pagans, and so we do it on January or December 21st. And actually, we kind of give each other presents from the beginning of the year all the way through. We don't. Who needs a day? This is the only day we wrap the presents. We just show up and say, "Here, I've got you this Steam gift card and the game you wanted." You know.
Does anyone else do the Christmas Eve dinner that's all cold, no meat, only fish?
No.
Or is that just me?
No.
I love that because a friend of mine did go and do a Christmas Eve Scandic tradition smorgasbord. Yeah. And it was, she said, the food was amazing. And I did not stop eating for hours. Now it was apparently really good. We'd usually do the charcuterie. Usually do that on Christmas or on New Year's Eve. That's my New Year's Eve meal. Is basically all of New Year's Eve from dawn until dusk is cheese and pickles and
food, more food, and more food.
But just little bits. Like you don't feel like you're eating a full meal because you basically just nonged all day. It's like I'm a grazing herd animal now. So.
Yeah, from my mom's side of the family, we've got the German Catholics. So what we always do is everything's cold, no meat, only fish for protein. And there's so much cheese and amazingness, and it's the eggs and eggs, and it's the only time of the year we have pickled herring, and we soak it in water, so it's actually like delightfully sweet. It's amazing.
Why? Okay, I love pickled herring. I don't want to wait till one time of the year to eat it. I would go buy it. IKEA is open all year round.
Well, yeah, but it's special then.
Oh, I mean, sure. But Terry's chocolate oranges are delicious in June. I'm just putting that out.
Chocolate and orange do not belong together.
Oh,
yes, they do.
Chocolate
and coffee don't belong together.
You know what? Culinarily, we're not going to have this argument right now. Okay? We want the family to get along for the season.
Where do you stand on mint and chocolate?
Mint and chocolate is okay.
Don't stand on it. Eat it.
Yeah. Mint and chocolate is okay. For me personally, most citrus and chocolate is okay, weirdly enough, except for orange and chocolate. That is disgusting and it needs to leave.
See, because lemon and chocolate is an absolute no-go for me. Orange and chocolate is 100% go, baby, go. I've never tried grapefruit and chocolate. That would be wrong.
It's actually very good.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure if you'll trust my opinion.
Like you, I will do the do.
Hold on.
I feel like I might get pounced.
Grapefruit, but not orange.
Yeah. I'm weird. I like lime, I like lemon, I like grapefruit, but orange, no.
No.
But I like eating oranges.
Yeah.
Like actual oranges are fine. But
So
as
you've
long as-
actually tried a Terry's chocolate orange, though. You've actually tried it.
Yeah, I've tried it. No.
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 Those are in the toes of our stocking every year.
Every year, yes, me
Yes.
too.
Okay, for those of you who are booze drinkers,
Oh yes.
if you ever get a chance to get your hands on the Whistler Brewing Company's Winter Dunkel, I highly recommend it. It tastes exactly like a Terry's chocolate orange.
Oh, now you've got me. Winter dunk.
Winter Dunkel from Whistler Brewing Company. It's a
Okay.
limited edition thing, so you gotta kind of keep your eyes open for it. And yeah, if you
I got
can, grab some.
Did she write it down? She's made a note.
I'm doing it as we speak.
Very important.
Winter Dunkel.
I have a request in the background. Does anybody have any good traditional eggnog recipes?
Yes.
Any what?
Eggnog recipes.
Eggnog is not hard. It's just you have to continually stir while you're because otherwise it doesn't.
It's generally 4 parts spiced rum and 1 part eggnog.
That is also my tradition. Grognog is a long honored tradition.
No. Actual Victorian eggnog. There's a really good recipe on Alton Brown's site for his Victorian eggnog, and you can actually it goes really well with a froth. Like if you use a frother, and put like a froth on the top, it's delicious. It's so.
Did you say Alton Brown?
Alton Brown, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't used it in a couple of years, but that's the one I go to for the homemade eggnog. By the way, Alton Brown is a genius, and he had a Twitter meltdown 2 months ago that is epic in proportions, and everyone should read it. It's so good. He lost his mind. It was great.
Was
and
it
he and his
on
wife
any particular subject?
the American politics.
Now I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Meltdown worthy.
Yeah.
Subject.
And he and his wife have a YouTube channel where they make stuff together, and he like had scheduled a performance on the YouTube immediately after, and he was like, so I don't know if any of you like read Twitter or whatever, but I'm saying it. It's okay, I'm fine. We're all fine here.
That's awesome.
So fun. Yeah, Alton Brown taught me a whole bunch about cooking, so I love him, and I will share his website with anybody.
Love the Alton Brown Brussels sprout recipe.
I wish I could eat Brussels sprouts, but even though there's the whole I taste too many tannins, so Brussels sprouts are like one of those foods that's really hard to do right.
I will eat all of your Brussels sprouts.
Thank you. And I have many takers.
love them.
That's very handy. I like having friends who will eat the food I don't like.
I like Brussels sprouts.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Evan.
8.
Hi, Evan.
8.
Hi, Evan.
8.
You're up late.
8.
Yeah, I am.
Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, and there's enough. It's like I'm trying to catch as much bark as I can before I have to go to bed.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and there's like I like this bark. I might catch another bark before it ends. And I went to a house party on Zoom that lasted a little longer than I thought, like at least 2.
Are you in An Tir yet?
Oh, I'm not on Tir yet.
Oh.
I wish I could, but I can't.
This one is being streamed live on YouTube. So you can actually go back and watch it in its entirety from the very beginning, you know, not staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning to do so. Well, it's what, 2 o'clock in the morning where you are? 2:30?
It's actually 11 p.m. where I am.
Where do you think
3 hours.
Abin is? Abin's in.
I have no idea. East Kingdom is like 12 hours difference, isn't it?
No.
Not quite.
No? Oh. Okay.
You're thinking of pizza.
Hey, Nancy, I like your drums.
Thank you. I have a couple.
That's a nice collection. How'd you get all those? I wish I had Doom.
Well, this one was found on Craigslist for $50. This one was given to me because it's broken. That one I bought for $7. That one was given to me. So Drums come to me because they're unloved, and I adopt them and give them new homes eventually. It's true. It happens to me all the time. I've only killed one drum, so the rest.
I have the same affliction with gathering instruments and things. Yeah.
I have a lot of recorders too. I have like 6 recorders. I have an alto and like 3 wooden sopranos and 2 plastic sopranos, and I barely play them, but they come to me, and then eventually somebody goes, "I'd like to learn how to play the Horse's Brawl," and I go, "Here you go." And I also have 200 pages of music for you to learn. Knock yourself out. I don't read that stuff. It's dots on lines to me. I was going to do a song for you all.
Cool. With the bow round or with your Zoom back?
Because I was remembering that one of my favorite Irish anti-recruiting songs takes place on Christmas Day. And I went, yes. So, for your questionably audible pleasure, for your audible questionable pleasure, there we go, something like that. This is Arthur McBride. I had a first cousin called Arthur McBride. He and I took a stroll down by the seaside, a seeking good fortune and what might betide. 'Twas just as the day was a dawning. Well, after resting, we both took a tramp. We met Sergeant Harper and Corporal Caremp, besides the wee drummer who beat up for camp with his rowdy dow dow in the morning. He says, "Me young fellows, if you will enlist, a guinea you quickly shall have in your fist, beside a crown for to kick up the dust and drink the king's health in the morning." Well, Arthur and no. Had we been such fools as to take the advance, the wee bit of morn we'd have to run chance. You'd think it no scruple to send us to France, where we would be killed in the morning. He says, "Me young fellows, if I hear but one word, I instantly now will out with my sword, and into your bodies as strength will afford. So now, my gay devils, take warning." Well, Arthur and I, we took on the odds. We gave them no chance for to launch out their swords. Our whacking shillelaghs came over their heads and paid them right smart in the morning. As for the old rapier that hung by his side, we flung it as far as we could in the tide. "To the devil I bid you," says Arthur McBride, "to temper your steel in the morning." As for the wee drummer, we rifled his pouch, and we made a football of his rowdy dow dow, and into the ocean to rock and to roll, and bade it a tejas returning. As for the wee rapier what hung by his side, we flung it as far as we could in the tide. "To the devil I bid you," says Arthur McBride, "to temper your steel in the morning." I had a first cousin called Arthur McBride. He and I took a stroll down by the seaside, a seeking good fortune and what might betide, for it was a Christmas morning. Yeah, that's what they do. Yay! Dates from the 1800s, and I don't think it's any older than that. That's very much of the time.
That was very good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna sing one last one before I tuck out here.
Hey.
This song is absolutely not period, and if I'd thought of it, I would have actually tuned up the harp and played it on the harp, but I did not, so I'm gonna sing it a cappella. Sorry.
No, it's great.
Sorry, not sorry.
It's one of my favorites, though, and some of you probably already know it. It's by Lorena McKinnon, and it is entitled "Snow." White are the far-off fields, and white the fading forests grow. The wind dies out along the heights, denser still the snow. A gathering weight on roof and tree falls down scarce audibly. The meadows and far-sheeted streams lie still without a sound, like some soft minister of dreams. The snowfall holds me around. In wood and water
save when at lonely spells some farmer sleigh is urged on, with rustling runners and sharp bells, swings by me and is gone, when from the empty space I hear a sound remote and clear, the barking of a dog to cattle is sharply pealed, borne echoing from some wayside stall or barnyard far afield. Then all is silent, and the snow falls settling soft and slow. The evening deepens and the gray folds closer from earth to sky. The world seems shrouded so far away, its noise asleep, and I, as secret as yon buried stream, plod dumbly on and dream.
Absolutely.
Wow, very nice.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I
Very nice.
prefer your voice to Lorena McKinnott's.
Really good.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
You did a really beautiful rendition of that. I loved it.
Thank you. It's one of my
That
favorite.
is absolutely
I
lovely.
missed
Winter songs.
something fabulous. It sounds like I missed something fabulous.
Beautiful.
You can go back and watch the video.
Was it Gala
Yeah.
singing? I love it when Gala
Yeah.
sings.
Anyway, I'm
So
gonna
where
sign
can
off,
I find
everybody.
y'all on the
Thank you so
YouTube
much.
page?
Bye.
Really
Holidays.
appreciate being here, and your performances, as always, amazing.
Thank you. If I don't
Amazing.
see or hear from the rest of you before then, have a Merry Christmas.
And you.
And a happy holidays if that's what your thing is, and a wonderful new year, hopefully better than 2020.
It has to be better than last
Merry
year.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Nice,
Please
not a
don't
very
do that
high
because
bar.
you're going to jinx it.
Good
I
night, all.
never
Good
never
night.
thought I would be happy to see needles.
Yeah,
Like, that's 2021 for you.
Bring it on.
Please, please, more needles.
Oh man.
Well, happy Christmas to everybody. And it's funny, I say that. I say happy Christmas instead of Merry Christmas. It's a strange
I
thing.
like it.
How
Um,
European of you.
Well, yeah, it's
without
from
question.
my dad's side, really. So anyway, happy Christmas and have a great New Year's. And it's wonderful seeing all your faces. And Kenrick's actually wearing a shirt.
What? It's not an ugly Christmas sweater. It's
Your performances, I do miss. I can't sing, I can't dance, and very little things, but I love watching and listening to performances, especially the SCA stuff.
You've always been a mainstay.
And I miss it,
Bardic,
truly I do.
And we've missed
So
you.
anyway, thank you very much for this, and I'm off.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I got two things.
I
if anybody ever finds out where that poem is from, I'd love to be able to credit the person who originally wrote it.
Oh,
I
okay.
I just wrote the three lines in the middle to bring it back together again. The other one is, as for seasonal foods that are just happen at Christmas, around here it's the minced tarts.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever had.
For me, it's sherry trifle.
Well. Oh no, that sounds amazing. Grateful. That's problematic. I'm a be fat. Minced tarts. Do you like? One of the best things about the Christmas food traditions in particular, and I did a lot of research into this last year when we were doing the Yule banquet, was that the combination of meat with berries and meat with fruit has fallen out of favor in Western cuisine, and yet it was an absolute mainstay in the Middle Ages. So minced tarts were meat tarts with fruit in them, not fruit tarts.
Yeah.
And the first time I remember having a minced tart I liked, it was a medieval minced tart recipe. and it was mostly beef and a little bit of venison, and then some blackberry, and it was so good. So yeah.
Sounds good.
No, mine. Yeah, mine too. Mine are all fruit, but they're not pure fruit. Like they'll get you like a jar of mints, and then my mom goes to town on it. There's like 50% more than will actually fit in the jar when she's done, and there's definitely some alcohol in there. Like lots of things.
Interesting textures.
They're a little different each year. This year's fantastic.
Nice. Well, that's my next week after, because we're doing our thing on Monday. So for the next 3 days after that, I'm going to be cooking various, like 2 different kinds of soups and some bread and some Turkish delicacies, and then prepping up care baskets for a few people and delivering them to their doors and going, here you go, a little medieval food for you, because I love you. And my son is like, Mom, I can't really afford to do anything for Christmas. I'm like, you know what you can do, child of mine? You know what you can do? Man the pots, turn the spit, pull the lever, Grunk. And he's really good at wrong lever. He's really good at following orders. So
Put the candle back.
Yeah, I think my favorite, the eggnog, right? The minute the eggnog's available in the stores, which this year was before Remembrance Day, I was bringing it home by the 2-liter box, and because I'll make the stuff from scratch, but I don't put as much sugar in it as the stuff that comes from the store, and it's so good. But I grossed my roommates out because I like my eggnog with a candy cane in it, and I will stir it with the candy cane and then lick the eggnog off the candy cane.
How's that gross?
Like,
that sounds interesting.
So many. I'm like, how can you not have done this? It's just like doing it with hot chocolate, except it's an eggnog and it's cold and it's delicious.
Well, we make the eggnog and hot chocolate together, like eggnog.
Yes.
Is it
Yeah. That's so good. I love that.
Although James wanted to try it with the mint hot chocolate. We haven't done that yet.
Yes, no, do it. Do it. Mint and eggnog go beautifully together. Beautifully. Maybe not for Sethrith, but for everyone else.
Hey, mint and eggnog is very good. So is eggnog and hot chocolate. I'm adventurous with my eggnog.
I got
My
a question.
entire family is lactose intolerant. Every single one of us is super lactose intolerant.
Oh no.
So I always buy like my own carton of eggnog and I bring it home and I drink it and I rinse it out and I take it down to the recycling long before my husband gets home, so he never knows.
And now it's recorded live to YouTube, so someone's gonna know if he ever watches this.
There is one brand of a almond eggnog that's in one of those like
one of those shaped bottles. Freya's husband is lactose intolerant, so
that is the only one.
He said it's not bad.
Mentioning everything else is meh, but that one is okay. Yeah.
I believe it's Avalon.
Yes, I could just make. I have lactose-free milk, lactose-free cream cheese, lactose-free. I bought,
but don't put cream cheese in your eggnog.
Lactose-free butters today because they were on sale, and then I baked 150. Not today, but I just finished baking 150 lactose-free shortbread cookies.
Nice.
And then like 40 gingerbread cookies.
Nice.
And then I baked an entire collection for my friends of tea-based Christmas cookies.
Ooh.
There was Earl Grey
nice.
cookies and chai cookies and eggnog cookies and.
You have the recipes and you're gonna post them to the group chat. Yes.
I like that.
Gingerbread matcha cookies with chocolate chips and cranberries, dried cranberries.
Interesting.
A combination, so you could have just the matcha cookie, just gingerbread matcha cookie, just gingerbread matcha chocolate cookie, or gingerbread matcha chocolate chip cranberry cookie.
Wow.
They were all there. Why
That's
not?
a lot of option.
Wow. That's a lot of options, Juliana. How'd you find out all those?
Hi, Evan. I made it up. Glory.
Do you have recipes for them? I'd love to see them.
It's mostly just find an internet
dog.
recipe and add extra ingredients. Unfortunately, for my London Fog Earl Grey cookies, I read the measurement wrong, and so instead of half a teaspoon of tea, I put in half a cup of tea.
Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no!
It's
That's a
delicious.
caffeine bomb.
So delicious.
Delicious.
Very crunchy.
Also, happy bean juice make you go fast. Happy leaf juice. Happy leaf juice. Happy leaf juice. You're problematic. That's
Happy
what that
leaf
is.
cookies. Yeah.
Happy leaf
Oh
cookies.
god.
No,
Oh,
that's a
man.
different kind of cookie. No.
So good.
Oh dear.
No, dear. Run too fast.
It's like if you have one of those and then you have a weed cookie, maybe they'll cancel each other out.
Baby.
I don't think it works that way.
This is
Have
an
you ever tried?
off-label use of those medications. Oh, it's so funny.
Once again, this is on YouTube.
I know, but you have to be conscious that while it can be up for as long as Tir Righ keeps it up, no one's gonna watch it.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back and look at it and go, oh, we had so much fun that night, No, it's all good.
Also, I mean, to be fair, it is legal now, so.
Yeah.
And we're
Well,
Canadian.
And we're Canadian.
We are Canadian.
Nobody cares.
Everybody except Abin is Canadian. Sorry, Abin.
And what
And
happens in SCA, it goes on YouTube.
I can joke about it, but I'm violently allergic to marijuana and will just die.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do
My
that.
mom stops breathing. I'm not willing to risk it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Asthma. Not going there.
Yeah.
We're all joking about it, but we.
I had a chat with a person who is a advocate for heavy usage and has all kinds of weird ideas about the laws. And one of the things that he said was that he was asked to move when he was on site. He was asked to move to the other side of the parking lot because there was somebody who was allergic to pot on site. And I was like, okay. And did you? He went, yes, but they didn't have to. They couldn't have. It wasn't legal for them to ask me. And I'm like, well, those are your choices. You can move or you can leave.
You can be a dick.
Or you can kill someone. Those are your choices.
Wow.
Before they were legal, now they are.
Yeah. So it was an interesting conversation. But
What a dick move.
Wow.
But he did move.
he did move. He did. But then he complained about it for 2 years after.
Yeah.
Oh, it might have been me. If it was an SCA event, it was
and
probably
and it was in secret. So he was that's
Well,
the
there you go.
Yeah.
It
I'm
was-
like, no, you don't get to kill the best damn bard in this kingdom. Okay.
you guys. Like the best part about COVID is that I've written like 20 songs. So that's good.
Blackened.
Ah.
Best part about COVID is nothing. Everything's normal. Situation normal.
Situation normal.
As the one who is now blonde.
Yeah, well. It may have been a while, but it's not the first time.
I think that's going to go beautifully with that gown that Ariel made for you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you have an Ariel gown?
Yeah.
Ethan's
I do.
clothing is just, I'm so excited. I gave her white silk and purple silk from Thailand. That one, Isabella de Firenze had gone to Thailand, and people on their front yards are just weaving silk. And they've been doing it their entire family's history. And so she just like, she points at it. She's like, I want that one. And they just take it off the bolt and give it to her. Then I bought it for at cost.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, so Ariel's going to make you a gown out of that?
Yes, and she said that maybe she should wait until all of this was finished with the baby making and the finishing and stuff, which is good because I lost 20 pounds under my pre-pregnancy weight.
Wow.
Yeah, all I did was eat 3 meals a day and triple my calorie intake. Yes.
Yeah.
You are some kind
I
of
hear you.
creature.
It's actually really interesting. There's this whole entire line of studies done where if you're a kind of person who is generally active, like active, perfectly reasonably active, and you eat not a lot, like you eat 2 meals a day, then you're probably fat because your body is meant for like 5 to 7 meals a day. And if you are large, then you're probably not eating enough and your body is just never going to release that fat because it's all water weight. Then you can look at it, you can look at your wrist and be like, my wrist isn't fat, but everything else is. I don't understand. And so they're like, if you just eat 3 times the amount of food you normally eat, I don't care what it is, you'll probably lose weight. And so I thought, well, that's dumb. And I did it. And I lost 20 pounds in like 3 months.
Amazing.
That was it. So highly recommend.
Not entirely certain that would work for me. I suspect
I'm not.
there would be some issues.
I'm skeptical because I'm hitting my midlife area, and you know we all get thicker in the middle. And
I'm also getting thicker in the head, but
speak for yourself, my beloved.
I'm not sure diet could help with that.
no, not so much. More fish. It's brain
Vegetable.
food.
Lots of vegetables. Then
Yes.
I shrink like a freaking, like I'm going out of style if I just eat lots and lots of vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the fun in that?
I lost 30 pounds on like mostly keto, like keto-ish. Yep. I was eating cheese and meat and eggs constantly, and no bread and no sugar. And
Keto is so good but sad. It's
Yeah,
like all the things you love are no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was good because it actually did lower the amount of coffee or sugar I put in my hot beverage in the morning,
Mhm.
to the point where my roommates are like, "Oh, well, I can actually drink that. It's not going to give me a diabetic shock."
Not 4 to 10. Yeah, I get that. That's what I used to be before keto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm better about that now, which is good. Anyway, Abin, we're looking at probably in the next 10 minutes we're going to close it all down because everyone's leaving, and that's good.
We're all tired.
Also, my son is coming home, and I get to watch The Mandalorian finally.
Oh, cool, cool. I guess
Spoiler
I'll
alert,
see
it's
that
awesome.
after all.
Shut up.
Awesome.
Brianna?
Yeah.
I love the part where that guy does that thing.
I hate you so much.
In case you were wondering, there are Mandalorians in it.
Wait, really?
I'm ruined for life, you know.
I thought it was about Gungans.
And there's that other great part where the thing happens.
And the stuff. I was there. I saw that.
will kill you.
And there was the time when the music went like that.
Want a song? Let's sing a song to distract
I can't mute you. I can't mute you.
So, can I, since y'all are ending quickly in about 10 minutes, may I go play something, or do y'all want me to forget?
Oh, no, go for it.
No, sure.
Jump right in. What you got?
Okay.
I'll mute myself here.
So, have any of y'all ever heard of a brick? It's like an Arabic tambourine type thing. Okay.
That was great. I wish we could see what your hands are doing.
That was good.
I turned off my video.
Yeah,
sorry.
you turned off your camera. That's cool. That's cool. I was like, I want to know what those hands are doing.
I'll try again. I'll listen.
One percussionist to another.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, cool. What's that rhythm called?
Yeah, I was like hearing the jingles and the rim and
Yeah.
yeah,
What's the rhythm called?
that was Ayub actually. I was doing Ayub.
Ayub. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Y'all hear Ayub much or more Baladi?
We hear almost always Belody and Shiftatelli. That's almost all we hear. It's the basics, right? And that's what everybody knows. When the faster is the Belody and the slower is the Shiftatelli, and that's there's not a lot of. And I'm a guilty party because those are the I know those two. I know Max Masmodi, and I know Taksim 1 and 2, and those are like the 5 that I have down pat. So.
Well, I know Baladi, I know Ayub, I know Shiftatelli, I know. Wait, there's a Masmudi, I think I know, and
Masmudi is
with Taksim.
the one I know is the Tuareg, which has the alternating hand. So your center hand becomes like you're doing a tapata, 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 and it's a.
Oh, neat! It's like Malfoof or something else.
Yeah,
I can definitely do. And.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, like that Shiftatelli?
Yeah, put the Masmudi as the ornament in the last bar of the Shiftatelli, and you get that wonderful balance rhythm where you're bouncing back and forth between the camel rhythm and the walking rhythm.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of people who have rhythm.
What's that?
I'm so jealous of people who have rhythm. I can't sing rhythm even to like a metronome.
I'm not gonna
how you pull that off.
Noticed, but we noticed.
I wish I could talk to y'all more about rhythms. Y'all use Facebook? I wanted to PM you some. Oh.
Yeah, sure. I'm on Facebook. I'll turn it on. There we go. Add me as a friend. I mean, my my education, I'm very much self-taught. I was given like 3 classes and then like sent out into the world, and playing for dancers is a lot of fun, but playing with musicians, so when you mess up a rhythm, they don't mind, is much better. If it's just the dancers are like, what?
Yeah.
What was that? But if the musicians are there, you can always blame the string player. Always. It's always
if you mess up a drum beat in like the middle of Jamaica, we would all hate you.
Yes, I know. I'm well aware of how hated I am by dancers. I know.
I hope to play for dancers too more. I used to be able to do it back in a war.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID. Okay, so we were watching Mando. I won't say anything about Mando, but we were watching it. We're getting everything ready because we did 2 episodes, and in between I went out and got some, like, I made some chip dip and all that jazz, and John's sitting on the couch and he goes, you know what Mando needs? What? It needs like a roaring fireplace in front of me and people. And I'm like, people? What do you mean? And I was so clueless. He's like, a fireplace and people. Are there like action figures that go with Mando that I don't know about? And he's like, no, Jazz. People, like your friends that you invite over to your house. And I'm like, oh yeah, we used to do that. I was totally clueless. People? What do you mean, people?
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we're all on that boat, man. We're all there.
Yeah.
Those are the before times.
Before times.
There are no before times.
Yeah.
There have just been the plague times.
I thought there was a before times.
There's Plague Time 1, and then there's the Interregnum, and then there's Plague Time 2, and then there's another. Yeah.
If anybody wants to entertain themselves, Extra Histories does this adorable cartoon historical story of Justinian and Theodora's reign in the Roman Empire, which is the first plague that ever happened to the humans documented. And one of the things I love about Justinian and Theodora, one, she's like the equivalent of a opera singer, performer, whore turned empress, and he's a farmer. No royal blood. His uncle was a guard who became the emperor and had no sons, and he became emperor from a farm. And He like rewrote the justice system. That's how we got our justice system. It was all based on his. And he was noted because he had Taladude. And Taladude was this guy who he hired and said, I want you to write down every single thing that I do in my entire reign. There need to be a record of every conversation we hold, every dictation I make. It's why we have all of the laws and all that jazz. And what's really interesting is in the 1600s, a church wall collapsed. And behind said church wall was a pedestal. And upon the pedestal was a book. And the book was called The Secret Histories of Taladude and Justinian and Theodora. And in the Secret Histories is this like occult nightmare of recordings, and it's like, you don't understand, they were devil worshipping heathens, and it goes into like all these crazy like blood virgin sacrifices that are never mentioned in the real histories of Justinian and Theodora. And this was so cool. But you also have to understand that the very first plague, when you got it just like how COVID leaves you with no sense of smell afterwards, that plague, if you got it, you would be left with hallucinations for the rest of your life. You would be like a psychopathic, hallucinating, crazy, like the whole world, you're on ecstasy for the rest of your life. And so it's thought that either these are the secret histories of of that time, or it was just written after the plague, and you know what? Don't listen to that guy. He's just got the plague.
Amazing. That's weird.
So highly recommend the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
They're super fun.
Thank y'all, everyone.
Thank you for coming up.
Thank you for dropping
You're
in.
welcome.
Thank you for playing.
You're welcome.
playing.
I'm glad y'all liked it. Hey, Nancy, did you get my friend request or?
I don't know. I haven't flipped over to Facebook yet. I will.
Okay, I just sent
I'm
it.
sure I got it.
Okay, later. Night.
Bye.
Happy holidays.
Thanks.
So the next thing that's coming up, for those of you who don't know, is tomorrow night, Lion's Den is going to be about the Yule traditions, the real Norse Yule traditions, as discovered by...
In Sweden.
Yeah, in Sweden.
Und Sweden.
Hayabove.
It's more
And,
German than Swedish, but I can't really do
It's gonna be really interesting, and it's also gonna be
Hurty, Sweden.
nice. So, okay, I got a funny story about the Swedish Chef. Other than the fact that every time I do an internet meme of which Muppet I am, I get the Swedish Chef, which makes me it's half amused, half what? Two funny anecdotes about the Swedish Chef. There was a guy who was known as the Swedish Chef in his kingdom. His laurelling ceremony is on YouTube somewhere, and it is written in Swedish Chef. And it is genius. It is so funny. So I highly recommend you check that out. Just Swedish Chef laurelling. I'm sure you'll find it on YouTube. It was insane.
That's hilarious.
The other funny thing about the Swedish Chef is that in Sweden, they call him the Finnish chef. Oh no, they call him the Danish chef. And in Denmark, they call him the Swedish. Everywhere else, he's the Swedish chef. But in Sweden, he's the Danish chef. Because they're like, we don't talk like that. They talk like that over there. Yeah. The car.
You don't talk like that.
I'm pretty sure that they don't talk like Italians either, sweetheart.
No, you missed the hand movements, the lack of hand movements. That's how you can tell the difference between Swedes and Italians, obviously.
Of course.
Obviously. Absolutely no other differences. They're completely
none.
staying the same, except for the hands.
Weird segue. Does anybody here game? Like video game?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Has anyone here heard of the new video game that just came out, Hellish Court?
No.
Okay. Some nerds flaming. I'm talking like SCA Laurel flaming sword history Guido nerds.
Is that our new metric?
A video game called Hellish Court. And they picked four styles, and they had masters come out and perform all the movements. And then they recorded it and then transitioned it into video game duelists. And so you could play, and when you hit the button, it actually fully puts out that exact
Wow.
historically period proper
Unbelievable.
sword movement. And every single one of the people are wearing extant garb.
Oh, my,
Like
awesome.
straight out of museums, extant garb, and it's called Hellish Court. It's made by a Hungarian Hajduk and the VD Sword Shop Sabers. And I played this and my life changed, because for someone who's in the SCA, COVID is so sad because you miss all your friends. And I was crying when I played it because all of my friends are dressed in those clothes. Who's the gentleman whose name escapes me? He's a knight and he wears the hussar outfit with the yellow boots, and
that's
Nikolai.
Nikolai is one of the characters. Literally, it's Nikolai in his outfit, the whole outfit with the boots. He's got like the hair, Nikolai's hair, everything. And I looked at it, I was like, it's Nikolai. He just stabbed that guy. I love it. Anyway, so good. Please check it out.
Nikolai has turned to violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Neil Stevenson about 10 years ago collaborated with some of the master swordsmen in the SCA and in other organizations to create a new controller idea for swordplay in first-person RPG sword games. It was called Clash, and it never went anywhere. He never finished it. He was doing the fundraiser for it, the online fundraiser thing. I can't remember. Kickstarter. He was doing a Kickstarter for it, and I remember watching the video, going, "Oh my god!" Like, he's got these sword masters and armor masters in, and he's like, "So we film them and we do the mocap, and then we look at what they're doing and we analyze, and then we translate that into movements with a controller. So instead of having your controller like the thing you've got in your hand that you're doing this with, it's a controller. There's a sword hilt in your hand, and everything you do with it, there's a sword, and it's just insane, but so cool." And I never followed it. Oh, Hellish Court. I thought you said Hellish Court, like going to court.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, Hellish Court.
It sounds like Hellish Court. I think it's because it's supposed to sound like a Hellish Court, like O-R-U-R-T.
Yeah.
But it's by some like Hungarian guys. So who knows what?
There's 4 of them. It's a court.
It is a court. Anyway, it's brilliant. It's so good.
Amazing. Cool. Thank you. We'll have to look into that. That's
You can YouTube it and just watch and just like cry. Like,
yeah. And just like cry.
My friends, they're there on the.
You're all so emotional.
I know.
They're killing each other.
I had a friend tell me a story, and I was like, there are things I'm nostalgic for that I never expected to be.
Yep.
And things that I like, I mean, I do it all the time anyway, so it doesn't matter. But this kind of, when we get together online and we can actually see each other's faces and interact, and that's the thing I miss. I miss that interaction. I miss being in the same room with people that get the joke or can tell the joke better than I can, and I love that. Just, yeah.
Weirdly enough, I actually kind of miss court.
I miss court. I wrote songs about court. That's how much I miss it.
You know, my very first event, court was so long and so boring, and I didn't know what was going on at all. I never thought I would actually get to the point where now I miss court, but 2 years later, and I'm like,
how does Her Excellency feel about court? Does Her Excellency miss court?
I miss court. Yes.
Yeah. She gets to sit during it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to sit there and not look bored, which is a work of masterful acting.
It helps when you can actually hear the heralds because they're like right beside you.
It does. It really does.
You get a pretty good view. Yeah. His Excellency, on the other hand, has to stand.
What was that you were saying, Ariana?
Well, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind that is amusing, and it's actually kind of fun. So anybody who hasn't been behind should come stay a while and see with all the interaction.
Yeah.
Voice heralding court is so much fun.
It's a great. Well, I loved heralding courts. So fun.
I felt so in my time heralding court for the amazing Have-Work and Mary Grace. I had a older Laurel come and pull me aside at the end of it and be like, "Juliana, You're not supposed to be funny. Spoils are supposed to be funny. You're just there to say things. So I just really feel like you should just know that. And I was like, thank you. I took it as a great compliment. They were in the back, so that meant they heard me and they were
They were amused. And they were not amused that they were amused.
Yes, even better.
Funny.
I don't even remember who I was talking to, but we were talking about court heraldry, and I was like, oh yeah, I think it might have been Wolfston. I don't remember. Somebody was saying, oh, I didn't know you did court heraldry. I'm like, it was many years before you were born, my son. You know, it was like too long now. And then I was looking back, and there's pictures posted of me from 2004's 12th night in Seagert, and when Seagert became a barony, and I was heralding that court. I lived in Seagert. My king was the king, and I was heralding that court, and I got to do that. That was amazing. And I looked at the pictures, and I was like, oh, that's not me. Oh, wait, yes, it is. I look different now. But yeah, I had to see it from two different angles to go, oh, yeah, that is me. Yeah, it's
18 years will do that to you.
Oh, God, I'm so old. Ugh. 16 years. It wasn't that long ago.
Sorry, I math wrong, or I think I misheard you.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Brianna. Time is a flat circle and is completely irrelevant right now.
No, time is a ball of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
How old is your persona, Bri?
What?
How old is your persona?
Every time someone in the SCA asked me what year it was for realsies, and we were in a conversation on a ferry somewhere, and they went, what's the year? And I'd say 1997. So 27. That's how old my persona is. She's 27. Because that is the default year in my head. It was the best year of my life, and it's locked in. Or was the best year of my life until like 2 years ago. So, yeah.
Did your persona spontaneously age the difference? Or just 2
dreaming.
years?
She's dreaming. This is all dream time for her.
Oh.
Yeah.
My husband is a teacher, and he had one of his other teachers come up to him, and she's an English teacher, and she was like, one of my students submitted an essay, and it started with, in the late 1900s, and they were referring to 96.
Oh, God.
I never felt so old. From the late 1900s, you know?
I was talking to my roommates at one point, and I said, they were talking about where they graduated from and what they graduated with, and I was like, I graduated in 1998 from Port Moody Secondary School. And they're like, 1998? None of us were born then.
I was a year old.
Yeah.
I was 8.
Hang on. 1998.
Yeah.
I graduated 4 years before you?
No, 1988.
Oh, I
Okay,
was
that's fair.
Oh, 88. I wasn't born. I heard 98.
1988.
In my head, you're like 43. So,
Yeah.
you know?
In my head, I'm even younger. 16.
Yeah, do it.
It's all the shit I try and get into. Yeah, no. It's an interesting question, though. How old is your persona? Like, yeah, that's a good question. I think we should start asking that of our courtier candidates.
Yeah.
And does your persona age?
Yeah. What year is it for your persona right now? You know, you were born in X year. What year is it right now? How old are you? I think that's genius. That's so clever. I don't know how old I am. We don't know. Time.
I cheated.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Century.
it is currently 1220 right now.
Yeah.
For Ray, because he was born in 1169.
Useful.
Yeah.
I'm a cheating bastard. Yeah.
Well, it's
There's
not cheating if
Templars
it's
wandering
smart.
around now.
Oh,
and
honey,
confusing me.
I meant to bring this up earlier. So you know how you're a Slytherin, I'm a Hufflepuff? That's a thing. Did you know that? It's normal.
Yeah, this is secret. There are lots of people on this chat, and now you've put it on YouTube for the world to know.
There's no editing.
Yeah.
The video is going to be deleted.
Curse you!
And take me back to my homeroom.
Okay.
I married a Slytherin too, so I get it.
Yeah.
My best friend is a Slytherin, so
You get it too?
The Slytherin Hufflepuff thing, man.
It's a thing. It
It's a
really is.
thing.
I didn't know it was, and then it turns out it is. TikTok has taught me lots.
Oh, yay, TikTok.
Did you ever read Secret Life of a Hufflepuff?
No. There's a Secret Life of the Hufflepuff?
There's Secret Life of a Hufflepuff and Secret Life of a Slytherin, and
I need a link.
They're comics online.
Oh my god.
And they're like adorable little...
I will look those up. That sounds amazing. I will look those up for sure.
I mean, I should be looking for a Ravenclaw? Is that how that works?
Yes. Yes.
Are you a Gryffindor?
Get into trouble together. And get into smart trouble, which is the problem.
I have only ever drawn Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Only ever. Loud and obnoxious.
What was your birth date?
90.
No, date, not year.
Oh, June 9th.
Yeah. Hi, Gemini. Hi, we're Hufflepuff.
Yeah, Gemini. Hi, guys. What's up? One of two faces, yo.
Yeah. Hufflepuff or Hufflepuff. Huffle or Puffle. I mean,
Huffle or Puffle.
Pick one.
It's funny. I'm a Scorpio, so you would think I would be a Slytherin. Nah, I'm just a Hufflepuff.
my best friend's a Scorpio and she's a Hufflepuff too, so I get it.
Yeah, the Scorpio puff thing is surprisingly common.
It's interesting.
Although for me, I feel like I'm cheating a little bit because usually when I take like the Harry Potter sorting test, I almost get like a perfect 33% split between Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. But Hufflepuff usually edges out just by that little bit. And it's always like, I'm mostly Hufflepuff, kind of Ravenclaw, and then the least little bit is Slytherin. No Gryffindor.
No,
not brave.
No.
Oh, it's called My Life. My Life as a Background
Wendy.
Slytherin.
Oh, I've seen that. Those are so good. Those are so
Roisha.
good.
Roisha, look.
Yeah?
I'm wearing it.
Oh, you're wearing it.
I've been wearing it for the last couple of things I've done online. I've worn the pendant, you guys. Yeah.
Horsing around.
It's very heavy. Very heavy.
Well, it's glass. It's a big chunk of glass.
It's why it's not on a long chain, and I'll ride with it on this chain because it's only going to hit me in the chin. If I ride with it on a longer chain, it's going to bonk me in the eye. So
Yeah, don't do that.
no. I don't
Could you imagine if you wore it on a really long chain and it just flew off?
I could imagine I could use it as a weapon, I'll be honest. Oh, it's the horseman's pendant,
Actually, it's funny. I realized, over the past several months, I've started wearing a lot of hair sticks and everything. It's just because with my hair being very long, it gets in the way.
Yeah.
I've realized I always have a weapon on me now because I can just pull out my hair stick and stab someone.
Oh my God, yes.
They're
And
really
so
pointy.
So my sister and I made for Christmas decades ago, we made porcupine quill, the mega sized porcupine quills. We put jump rings on the end and beads and stuff, and we made hair sticks out of them because they have a very, very fine barb, so they grab the hair and they work really well, and yet they're still slick enough that if you just tug it, it comes out.
Nice.
But they're super pointy.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody
Kind of the point.
points me, you can just, and you put 5 of them in there, and that's like, you're like Wolverine. It's awesome. I highly recommend them. I was playing D&D with my household a couple of months ago, and I created a character who's a little weird, a lot weird, and they use quills, ink quills, as hair sticks. So she's got this mane of black hair, and there's like pens. And anytime she needs a pen, she's like, whoop, there you go, got a pen. She does use them as throwing weapons. They are effective, but they only do 1d2 damage. So
That depends on what ink you're dipping them in.
Yes.
Really.
Elspeth, you mean it depends?
What? Yep, this Bardic circle is officially open.
Think about it.
Oh God. Oh, see, you got them started. Oh no.
You're quilling the mood.
Oh God.
It wasn't me. I didn't do anything.
I'm gonna come up with 5 great puns at midnight tonight, and it'll be. I'll be like, oh, if only I'd said that.
Can I be asleep when that happens?
Yes.
No.
We should probably call it a night, you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming. It was really great to see all your lovely faces again and hear
Very
all
fun.
your lovely voices again.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming in here, being so polite and keeping the swearing to a minimum because we can't edit it. It's live on YouTube. So.
Yep. Have fun.
And we only forgot that about 20 times.
Yeah, minimal swearing, minimal nudity. We're golden.
I love you all. I miss you all. I'm so glad we get to do this. At the very least, we've got something. So hang in there. Happy Yule, joyous season, and Happy New Year. And it's going to be a great one. And I love you. Bye.
Big hugs to all my friends.
Yeah. Giant hugs.
And I'll see you all tomorrow on Lion's Den. We're going to do this
Jellyfish hugs.
cool thing.
I like that.
Bye.
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 Punt. No, let's leave it up and leave Wolfston as the only person in here. I won't do that. That's mean. Good night, everyone.
Good night.